I understood that reference.
What's up, you guys? It's Legion of Creators. I'm Luke. This is Joe next to me, and we got Kenna down below. Welcome to episode 44, January 6th, 2026. We got a few things to talk about. We got new trailers for Doomsday, the nice X-Men trailer. If you haven't watched that, maybe pause the podcast and give it a quick watch. It's only like a minute long. We also have Stranger Things. Yeah, the good old finale. Yeah, we're dying to talk about that one. Oh, yeah, we haven't talked it to death in the last week or anything. And then we have Fallout. We're going to kind of leave that for the end. And a couple of Fallout Episode 3. And just maybe before Fallout, maybe after, depending. I like to leave spoilers for the very end, right? I just want to mention a little bit about Yellow Jackets and Primal. If you don't know what those are, stick around and find out. Without further ado, let's get started.
Legion of Creators.
Hey, buddy. Eyes up here.
All right. Welcome back. Episode 44, Legion Creators. How you guys been doing?
I've been doing good.
Doing great. I think our new our next intro needs more Marvel sauce in it. I feel like it's lacking
more Marvel sauce. That's not enough Marvel sauce?
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Maybe some Marvel Rivals gameplay up in there, something for the fans.
You guys excited for Deadpool coming out soon?
Oh yeah.
Only 10 days away right now.
10 days.
Maximum
that's
effort.
Right.
Maximum effort is gonna go crazy.
How do you think he's gonna play? You think he's gonna be like a switching character, or?
I think I totally see them either making Deadpool the first true hybrid role, or I can also totally see them just like he's only one role, and all the switching of the three roles the entire time before he releases was just them trolling, because everyone is so uptight about what character is what role. So I could totally see them like pulling Deadpool as a DPS, even though everybody thought he was going to be a tank or a strategist, just to
it's
mess
a Ralph
with them.
Boner movement.
I could see that, but he is the fourth wall breaker too, so I could see it going either way.
The Boner has returned.
I am more leaning towards that. I think he is going to be the first hybrid role.
I think he's just gonna be all roles, man. He's just gonna be Deadpool. He's gonna
Deadpool in each one. Only one person gets him though.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about that is that Deadpool, whoever selects Deadpool on the board, no matter what role you need, as long as you got a Deadpool on your team, you're good. You're good. Oh, you need a DPS? We got Deadpool for that. Oh, you need a tank? We got Deadpool for that. You need a healer? We got Deadpool for that.
I'm sure he's gonna. I'm sure he's gonna be a lot of fun. So, not too long from now, myself just got back into the forest watching Yellow Jackets. I'm like, I would like to play the forest. Yeah, kind of jumping on it too.
Yeah.
It's been good. We just shredded it, made a base and all that good stuff. So.
Literally played for like 8 hours.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know if that's accurate, but yeah.
But you guys, let's jump into good old Doomsday trailer, eh?
Doomsday trailer. Do we have an image? Do we have an image to throw up on the screen for this one?
I can snag one maybe, but you guys want to start off with your thoughts while I look that up?
Joe, you can go first. I know this is your big moment.
I dropped a huge reaction, guys. So if you guys haven't watched it, definitely watch it. But guys, this is the moment when we saw Deadpool Wolverine and we went, "This is Marvel Jesus." That was a lie. That was a lie. Marvel Jesus is Scott Summers. Like, guys, he's about to literally, he should literally be a tank in Marvel Rivals because he's about to carry the MCU back from like
He's
everything.
gonna solo tank.
Yep, solo tank everybody, man. He's about to solo tank everybody. Like it's about to be crazy. Like he is this trailer. Like I may not be Spider-Man, but my spider senses were tingling, man. I was getting the feels. I was like, it was cool when I saw Magneto. I saw him kill it. I'm like, all right, we got that X-Men 97 vibe. I'm liking the long hair. I'm digging the beard. It looks good. And I like to see Charles. But then this right here, this man right here is aura forming. You smell that? Somebody cooked here, and his name was Kevin Feige right here. Because, bro, I'm telling you, Kevin Feige did the one thing Bryan Singer couldn't do. Cyclops is cool again, baby, and I can't wait. And that suit is.
We haven't seen quite yet. All right, but he's cool.
The movie's not out yet.
Yeah.
I don't care.
It's already peak. I already know.
Let me be excited. It is peak, and I said that in my reaction. It is peak. I already know. I don't care.
Yeah.
How we doing, dog lovers?
This is the one thing I will fight everybody on, that this is peak, and I do not care. I do not care if I have to resurrect T'Challa from the dead to go tell Clint. I don't care again, because I don't get. Like, come on. Like, this is, you guys have to be excited about this. Like, for it, the perfect Deadpool needs to come back. I mean, yeah, that'd be awesome. He's definitely coming back. They're hiding him.
Deadpool, everyone's coming back. Like, literally, the only person that might not come back is what? Like, Black Widow, you know, because she's dead. And I even think she's going to come back. You know,
she'll come back in Secret Wars. They're saving the sauce for Secret Wars. That's when the real. Right,
because I'm thinking every character that may not show up in Doomsday is probably gonna be in Secret Wars.
Right, that would make sense.
Something that was interesting for sidebar of new characters and related to this situation. Something I couldn't believe was Shang-Chi. Apparently, because with Doomsday, with the whole Infinity War parallel, you would expect the new heroes to get killed off, right? But I heard they already spilled the beans that Shang-Chi has an even bigger role in Secret Wars than he did in Doomsday. In Doomsday, he had a pretty sizable role, but it sounds like this one's going to be even bigger. So that's kind of wild. If we get Spider-Man training with Shang-Chi, getting ready to fight out in Doomsday, I might literally lose my shit in the theater.
That would be cool. That'd definitely be cool. I hope that they do the same thing that they're doing with Spider-Man, where they get Jackie Chan to do like the fighting, the coordinating.
You got Jackie Chan and you got Jackie Chan and him. That awesome.
Doing Shang-Chi stuff, dude. Too. That would be really
Imagine
cool.
He's teaching Simu Liu's kata and stuff. They're just going crazy. Oh, dude, that'd be wild.
Especially to give more of the 10 Rings more of a spotlight, because I feel like they're not being utilized.
Yep,
I
agree. They got to utilize them a lot more. I'm looking forward to it. I think they're going to use him, and I know Luke's going to hate this because he hates this word. I think Shang-Chi is going to be Marvel's anime character. I think Shang-Chi is going to be...
I don't hate that word.
You always talk about how you don't like... You always talk about, why don't my friends talk about comic book stuff?
All you do is spread lies about us. Say that we hate something and it's not true.
I had friends that were very into anime and kind of shot on comics a lot, so it was frustrating. But I have a serious love for old school anime, like the original Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, One Piece in the beginning. I even like modern One Piece, but there's a lot of modern animes I'm not crazy about personally.
I'm telling you, man, you get them rings on his finger, he's gonna Kamehameha Doom, and it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go wild.
The Watcher from What If most definitely gonna make an appearance. I could see that actually. I could see.
I mean,
that.
he's gonna watch Doom or watch
right.
I can see that to be the beginning. Kind of like how he narrates What If. I can see him doing that. Doomsday.
If we're gonna get into it a bit, Fantastic Four this is where they slipped up. Everybody likes Fantastic Four. It was a good movie, but Galactus, they just took a lot of liberties with it. I feel Galactus wasn't the threat he should have been. You know what I mean? We should have had somebody not as tall as buildings, twice the size of them. I don't know. for me.
I think they should have just went for like the smaller thing. I think they should have just went for the Mole Man thing and build up the team dynamic and just go for like kind of that Incredibles vibe of like making a smaller scale.
If you made Mole Man cool, yeah.
Yeah,
And
like
the
I
other
think that would be cool.
is like literally they can't defeat Galactus. The way that they do it is through the Watcher. The Watcher actually intervenes like he never does, and he
That's
gives.
why sorry. That's why I think this, like, because they stop Galactus from eating their homeworld, but I think that's not the last time we're gonna see Galactus, obviously.
I don't
So
think so
I
either.
can see, like, what you're saying, I can totally see them adapting that in the future. Where
That would be
Galactus
cool.
comes back, and then they actually have to finally defeat him properly with the Watcher's help.
I'm glad
Because
that
all
you
they did in the
mentioned-
first movie was just push him back.
Right.
just-
Which,
yeah.
I mean, it was a very good emotional build up to the movie. Like it was done well. But if we're going to talk about accuracy of comics and this and that, you know, like Galactus was just a little bit off.
But I still think he was
different
pretty good, though. It could have been
Different
worse.
universe.
Right.
I'm glad you mentioned Fantastic Four, because I did have a scoop for you guys about Fantastic Four actually.
What's that?
So apparently Doom and the Fantastic Four are working together in Doomsday to go and like basically prevent these incursions from going on. So like when he's in the end credit scene of Fantastic Four,
right,
it was assumed that he just took Franklin, but it seems like they all kind of go together. And I wonder if Reed just starts getting really suspicious about like who this guy is, and then he's the first one to crack the case, and then nobody believes him because maybe they do the thing like, oh, Victor's so cool. Look at this dude. He's he's being so nice to Franklin, and buying him gifts, and because that's what Doom does, man. He manipulates that stuff.
That's where I want, like, okay, we're friends with Doom, right? And then they go over to the main MCU, and like he takes the mask off at some point. They all think he's Iron Man, but these guys know he's Doom, but they think he's a good guy. Everybody else thinks he's a good guy, but really he's not. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be some big twist coming with this whole Iron Man.
That's why I love it. I love the idea of like when they go back to Earth 616, or the fake 616, whatever you want to call it. I can see him coming over there and being like, just you showing Tony's face, and then you literally being like, I was like, Tony's back! Oh my gosh, you're a Tony variant this way, and then he's just gonna be like, no. And he like kills like 6 people in front of them, just like, oh shit, I can't wait. I've been so excited. So what did Doglover say? So it says, does that mean that they're doing the storyline that ends with it turning out that they didn't have to do anything and they would have been fine? Namor gets kicked out of the Illuminati. I don't know if they're going to touch the Illuminati yet because they started doing it in Multiverse of Madness, but that kind of went nowhere. Unless there is one way that would work, Doglover. The only way that I can see that working is if they did the reveal that I thought they were going to do in Deadpool and Wolverine. Not Deadpool and Wolverine, Multiverse of Madness, which is that when Wanda defeated all the Illuminati, she missed one. Because there was Ultron bots in their lair, and Superior Iron Man was missing. So, and I have heard from my people that that Downey's got 2 roles in this movie. And I would not be surprised if we got Superior Iron Man. That gives me a good idea.
They could also do Arno Stark.
Yeah, they could do that too.
His brother. That would be
interesting.
I would like that.
I would be about that.
I know
they want to do, man.
A lot of people would be confused by it, but I think that's what's cool about comics is like showing up with that new character that people don't really know. That's refreshing, and maybe it's Iron Man's brother, and that's not so
I feel like
amazing.
This is kind of the using the multiverse type of stuff that I actually like. Like this kind of stuff. They would have done this stuff back when Deadpool, Wolverine, or Multiverse of Madness. I would have been about it. I like this kind of playing with the timey-wimey to its effect of like, okay, let's do something fun. Like, let's do something different. Let's do something unique. And I think that's really cool. So what do you guys think? Like, so when you guys saw this X-Men trailer, back on our main subject, What do you
Well,
guys? What did you guys
I just
think?
want to answer Dog Lover real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
About Deadpool coming back. That means this is going to be an R-rated movie. No, it
No.
does not. This
There's
movie is
crazy-
not going to be R-rated at all, or they
No,
would
they're just
be.
gonna tone down Deadpool
Yes.
because Deadpool's
There's
literally
Deadpool-
been in children's cartoons, and they still
there's
have
creative-
Deadpool act
there-
like Deadpool without him being vulgar. So
There's
I'm sure
creative
they'll find a
ways
way.
to work around it. I think they're just gonna go with the censor. I think they're just gonna make him get mad that he keeps getting censored. Like
Yeah.
I just want them to get like the big black bar where he's just like he's trying to speak and then someone cuts him off.
Or like I don't know, that might be a little too serious, silly. Like that's a good way, but I think it's a little too silly for the tone of the movie. I think
Yeah.
I think a way to make it funny, but without it being too cartoony, is like he's saying something, but the rest of the
Yes.
characters can't hear him. Like they can't
That's a
hear
cool
the
idea.
words.
I
Like
like
he's
that
just
idea.
silent to them. I don't know.
Maybe it
I'm
could
sure.
be
I
kind
think
of
the way they're
reverse
just
of-
gonna do it is that he's not really gonna say anything crazy at all, and everyone's gonna be a more serious tone, and like even Deadpool is serious. Maybe
I think
don't
he's
know.
just gonna be.
Yeah,
you
for
know,
the most part, I could
Right.
see some big villains showing up, some big
Yeah.
shit going down, right? And like everyone's like having an oh shit moment, and it like pans to Deadpool, and he's just like, "Fuck," because
Yeah.
they have like
He-
one
right,
f
run
bomb that they
for
can use.
PG-13, yeah.
And
mhm.
if Deadpool drops the f bomb, it would be very funny. So like
I could
that's
see. Yeah, I could see them doing. I could see them doing like literally he could do the fanboy circuit like we see in a lot of his other movies, and then like literally, then he has his moment where he's just shocked when someone you didn't expect shows up, and then you use your one f bomb. But
Right.
mostly,
We're
I
not
can
sure-
still.
I wanted
Sorry.
to say to Dog Lover, so I totally get that, like, Ryan Reynolds fought for Deadpool to be rated R and, not PG-13, but there's no way Ryan Reynolds is gonna refuse a PG-13 Avengers Doomsday, because you know how much money
it's
it's
not a
gonna
Deadpool
make?
movie.
And it's also not a Deadpool movie, so it doesn't matter, because Deadpool's not the main focus of the movie, right?
Yeah.
So
And-
Ryan Reynolds is getting paid. He's gonna get even
There's-
more money from the box office. So I think Ryan Reynolds will be okay with the fact that Deadpool will be slightly toned down for this one movie.
Plus, there's
Eh.
one thing to add to that. That's gonna be a bonus for Ryan Reynolds, not to cut Luke off.
No, you're
which
fine. I was just gonna bring up the Once Upon a Deadpool thing. He did
Oh, yeah,
do
well,
that. He did
yeah,
do
they did do
that.
that. They
It
did
doesn't
do that.
matter if there was earnings to charity. He still did it.
Yeah.
So you think he's
Mhm.
not willing to do this for Doomsday to have Deadpool in it? Come on.
Right.
Well, here's the real kicker, right? Because this is the one thing I know Ryan Reynolds wants for sure. The other thing is, even though we know, even though they did Spider-Man and Doomsday kind of filming in a weird thing, there's two things going on. One, Deadpool could interact with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, because a lot of the reports I've heard have been that Tobey is the main Spider-Man in this movie, not Tom. And so then another thing I've heard is now that we're doing reshoots for Doomsday, with other characters, I've heard that Tom Holland is a part of those reshoots now that Spider-Man is done. So now I don't know how much screen time he's going to have. I think Tobey will have more, because I think Tobey's a bigger part of the plot.
You think so?
Yes, because
I
I think it
don't
all
know.
has to do. I think it all has to do with the incursion, right? So what I think is going to happen, what I see happening, even if it's a cameo, I think Wolverine, because you're going to have Deadpool and Wolverine in this movie. I think
Oh, yeah.
Wolverine. I think Wolverine separates from Deadpool, and he goes and grabs Tobey at some point. Like shit gets real enough where he has to go, yeah, but we've been in this thing since the beginning. Like, we tried to do it back in 2002, but I need you, bro. Like, I need you to come with me. Or the other kick is the MacGuffin of the movie, Loki. They do the multiverse Avengers thing, and Loki goes and says, shit, Doom's coming for my ass. I better go round up the best heroes in the entire multiverse to come save the day, which I could totally see him doing.
Dark Avengers?
Yeah,
Dark Avengers.
yeah, potentially.
Century?
Yeah.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that could work
Mhm.
actually. Yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
that would make
I
sense.
I think that'd be cool. We get a lot of chats here. What do you
I
say?
hadn't thought of that.
Down came the goblin and took the spider out. Dang it. Good. We'll
Overall, my thoughts about the X-Men or the Avengers Doomsday trailer is I'm just happy that the X-Men is back. I feel like X-Men, despite the Avengers having more of the arguable, popular, better movies. I think the X-Men overall is more of the heart of Marvel. Personally, to me, I feel like they've always been the most important. So I'm just happy that they're getting the spotlight back on them again. Especially
Oh, yeah.
James Marsden as Cyclops again, because I think he's a
Also-
perfect actor for the
Yeah,
character.
and also if you look
Sometimes-
at the, go ahead, Luke.
Sometimes I think these actors just get hated on so much because people didn't like the
Yeah.
movie, right? But like,
Yeah.
Right.
it's the same thing with Hayden Christensen in Star Wars. It's like everyone wanted to hate him so much when those prequels were coming out because they were hating the prequels. Now we look back and we're like, the prequels are all right. And then on top of that, everyone loves Hayden Christensen now. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So
Yep. No, yeah,
Everyone
that's
loves
true.
Annie.
Well, I also know that I was telling Luke this earlier, but while you were probably sleeping earlier, kind of when this dropped, out of all the teasers that have come out for Doomsday so far, this is the third, between the other two and this one is doing the best. And
Oh,
and
yeah.
I also think that in general, because the gateway is, even though these are Avengers movies, they're gonna sprinkle the X-Men through these two movies, and I still think even a little bit into Spider-Man as well. Those three movies, they're gonna slowly build up this X-Men thing, so that when this reset happens, we're going full X-Men. And I think that Marvel has gone to the point where I love the Avengers, but it's the X-Men time.
Mhm.
The public has spoken. It is time to blast that 90s theme to Kingdom Come and just like go crazy because it's the time. And the
No,
cool
it
thing
is.
with it,
and
yeah,
X-Force.
Yeah, X-Force too.
X-Force. Yeah.
I heard Ryan Reynolds was working on some sort of X-Force project.
I hope that he gets a lot of creative control in that, and he's allowed to
Yes.
make it more R-rated because that would fit X-Force. That would be cool with X-Force. It'd be like your more mature X-Men movie essentially, and then have like X-Men be your main PG-13 type stuff. Like I think that would be cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that could totally happen. I think that's I even heard he wanted Storm on his X-Force team, like a new Storm in like a rated R movie, which I think is a very interesting pick. So
I can't say I ever saw the Marvels. So you guys know what he's talking about, this post
Yeah,
credit?
Yeah,
it's
so-
true. So the Marvels,
Yeah.
there's an end credit scene of the Beast,
Yep,
essentially.
Kelsey
Oh.
Grammer's
Basically,
Beast.
yeah. So basically, he's saying that this Cyclops and this Magneto and Charles from the trailer that we got is from the same universe as that Beast that we saw in the Marvels, which I'm like 99% sure is true. Most.
I'm pretty. It
Likely.
seems like they all know each other, so I think the only one that's not from that Earth that joins up with them is going to be when Gambit joins up with them.
Right, because Gambit
Yeah.
was in the Waste
Yep,
Land or
yep.
whatever. Yeah.
So I think he'll be the only one. Him, but I also don't think our Wolverine is from that Earth as well.
Oh yeah,
So
no,
if-
because that Wolverine that we saw in Deadpool and Wolverine, he's literally from the Earth
Yep.
where all the rest of the X-Men are dead. So
They actually,
Yeah.
that gives me an idea. They actually have a really good idea. I actually have a really good idea. This would actually be really good because since that Wolverine, we had so much emotion in Deadpool Wolverine, with him losing his X-Men, right?
he sees his
Imagine-
X-Men again.
Imagine in this movie, because they are going to go for those emotional gut punches. It's not going to be comedy beat for beat like some of these other Marvel movies. I could see them really pulling it for it and going like, "You're alive," like, and he gets kind of emotional.
Right.
I-
And
I-
especially
that-
seeing
Yep.
Cyclops in the yellow and blue suit, and especially because he
Yep.
had that line in the movie
I
where
mean,
he
I
was
think
like,
they're gonna have a little. I think they're gonna have a little fun with that. Like that'll be a little bit of comedy, but it will also turn into a bittersweet moment. Like I think it will start
I
kind
know.
of like.
I mean, they could make the same, leather, whatever, black leather suit jokes that they did in X-Men '97, but I think it's going to be more emotional, especially since in Deadpool and Wolverine was like, Scott and Jean would always try to convince me to wear those suits, but I never would.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
now
I think
he
it's gonna be.
is,
I think it's
and so
gonna
he's-
start
yeah.
with a little tease, like a little. Oh, you're finally wearing the yellow, just a little nod, and just like,
Mhm.
and then it's gonna go like.
Right, it's like, it's nice seeing you in
Yeah.
the suit, and then
Yeah,
they go
then-
into
and then-
battle.
Yeah, but then they're gonna go to battle and be like, "Let's do this, bub. Come on, you and me together." Like that, dude. If I see Cyclops and Wolverine in their suits united, oh my god, that's gonna be incredible. Like this X-Men stuff gets me excited, And the fact that they're kind of holding off on Nightcrawler, Gambit, and Mystique, very interesting.
I'm sure they're saving it.
And I was telling Luke, I think this movie has more X-Men than they're showing us.
Oh yeah.
I think we're getting Iceman. I think we're getting I think we might even get Psylocke.
Ooh, I would love Psylocke's return.
Yep.
I'm very curious about Rogue.
I think
About
Rogue's a question mark. If Rogue, if they do Rogue, the one thing I know, it's gonna be a secret recast because I don't think they're gonna get that actress. I just really don't.
I think I also no disrespect to the original actress because she did what she was, told to do for the movie, right? But I do think that we do need a new Rogue, especially a Rogue who is like a Southern lady, like very, very just like how much she is in most adaptations.
And wasn't now Elliot Page Kitty Pryde?
Yeah, for Shadowcat.
Elliot Page was Kitty Pryde, so they're definitely gonna get a new Kitty Pryde, I think.
Yeah, I would think so. Who knows?
It's gonna be Bella Ramsey.
No.
Also,
no.
Dog lover, dude. There is 0 chance this movie will be rated R. I love you. I know you want it to be rated R, but ticket sales is the sole reason why this movie will never be rated R.
It needs to be somewhat of a family movie.
They will want to sell as much tickets as possible. By making it rated R, that won't do that anymore because it's just too much of you bring the kids to the movie. Like you just said, it's a family movie. It's not like Deadpool and Wolverine or, Deadpool in general, where it's going to do even better rated R because that's what it is. But
don't even talk.
I know you're going to come back at it with it's going to be rated R, but
don't even joke like that. What do you mean joke like that, Rebecca?
Probably my Bella Ramsey Kitty Pryde joke. Probably that's.
I believe that. Oh God, please don't.
Dude, alpha parents don't exist yet. You got the wrong generation, dude. Yes, there are. I know that there are some parents who don't care what movies they bring their kids to, but Luke has the one big point that they need to make so much money for this movie, and so it will have to be PG-13 so that everyone can watch it. Anyone and everyone. And to make it rated R excludes those ticket sales.
And plus, I know that I wanted to bring this up as well because I know people are still talking about the whole Doomsday same day movie release. I know that those movies did well, and I know that people consider them to be cinema like other viewers I'm not going to name on here. But I think you guys know who I'm talking about.
Hi Jake. I know you guys were talking about Bella Ramsey. Yeah.
But when it comes to the Doomsday thing, they better roll out Dune in November because I talked to some people and ran some numbers and talked to some other people and they ran some box office early predictions. With these teasers, Doomsday's looking at a potential $3 billion opening weekend. If this the projections, these teasers have gone here. Like we were here. I don't know about RDJ. X-Men here.
Yeah, but you can't just base it off trailer numbers because these trailer numbers are going to be incredibly high no matter how many people go see the movie.
No, I'm not just talking this. I'm just marketing in general. Like when this marketing campaign truly kicks off, I've heard the streets are saying they spent so much money on this movie and they planned for it to deliver. Like they seem like they strategized this. Like you're going to get toys. You're going to get tie-ins. And I'm going to say this since we're on this topic. I know the character roster is kind of unknown for past Deadpool and also Bloodstone. Doom is coming to Rivals when this movie hits. I think it's happening.
I hope so, but honestly, I just feel that they don't want to put villains in the game. Not only because they're scary for kids, but also because I've heard all about the power balancing, and they don't want people to feel these villains are just weak. Like one hero could 1v1 Doom or something. You know what I mean? Doom's like this.
They've made Magneto powerful. They've made Magneto very, very
powerful. My thing about the people who are so... Yeah. My thing about the people who are so uptight about the character needs to be accurate to the games is like none of the characters none of the characters in the game are quote unquote accurate to how they are in the comics compared to that game. So I feel like, yeah, there probably would be people who would complain about Doom not being quote unquote strong enough to, to lose to a random Captain America, but like that's just how the game is. You're all
And
just playing different heroes for fun.
And it's more about the players than the characters. Like if you get a really good player, they could be like dusting people left and right as Doom. Like when you look at like all the stuff, like in general, when you look at like Doom's kit and his power set, yes, there's always gonna be someone. Let's remember in Marvel Comics, Squirrel Girl beats Doom and Thanos. So like that's the thing that happened. So it's a part of Marvel history that it happened. So I mean, I feel like just in general, like I feel really just like they know what they're doing with this marketing. Like, Rivals, maybe, who knows? I'd love to see it happen. Like you said, you make a great point. Maybe they don't want to do the villains thing, but I would love it if they did.
I would too.
I mean, Doom is in the game already, arguably, with the lore.
Yep.
Right.
Like the story. The story is about the two Dooms from different timelines fighting. So it would make sense that eventually they add Doom to the game.
I will tell
But
you.
also, I
go
thought
ahead,
they were going to add Null into the game because that was his whole big arc during that season. And then they didn't add Null.
I think they're reworking
Vanguard.
him. So I think Null, I've seen some things that I think they're going to rework him eventually. So
I kind of think they're going to keep it heroes as long as possible. They're going to fill out the X-Men, more Avengers. There's so many characters.
Heroes or villains, and there's like
Magneto.
100 heroes and 7 villains.
But there's also a chance, maybe not necessarily playable, but there's other chances they can do is if they're going to expand on these PvE modes, they could just add villains as bosses later. Because they could go that route.
That's where I feel like, Sentinels makes more sense. Zombies makes more sense. I don't want like some giant Thanos thing. I'd rather have Thanos be in the game and be playable. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You mean to tell me you wouldn't want some cosmic invasion stuff where you got to fight a big boss as a team?
Well, that's because that's Marvel. Like they're two different games.
Yeah, I won't ever play like that. That's the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Yeah, it's gonna be just like I think you're all hyping up this Sentinel mode way too much because I think it's just gonna be another Marvel Zombies. You're gonna be sitting there.
I do hope that it's somewhat more improved, right? Because with all the bugs. Right.
Well, not even the bugs.
I
just think you're going to be like basically in a square and you're going to fight off Sentinels the same way.
The one thing that I think that would be good about the Sentinels thing versus the Marvel Zombies thing, though. In the Marvel Zombies thing, we only had limited characters. If they do the X-Men, look at all the X-Men that are in the game already.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot.
If they fill out that X-Men roster, we could have a pretty impressive fun mode juggling all these characters trying to take on these Sentinels. And they could do something really creative with it, like really make it team building wise. But yeah, like in general, my whole point, like, maybe Rivals doesn't have to do anything. Maybe they'll do some other stuff. Maybe it'll just be like an Iron Man skin where he's Doom or something. Like they could do something. But like I think that marketing on all cylinders is going to start like it's gonna go beyond just posters and like I don't like to use this example. I know you guys don't play it as much. I know Luke does, but Kenna doesn't. Fortnite's definitely going to go crazy. They got that Fortnite contract on lock. Like, I wouldn't be surprised when by the time Doomsday comes out, I see another big Marvel season coming out. With the number of characters, I see a season where we build up to, like, literally dealing with incursions or something in Fortnite. Like, I could see.
Doom is going to be that guy from Fortnite.
Yeah, well, yeah, he already is.
Fortnite.
I already got his skin in Fortnite.
He's that guy from Fortnite. Oh, this is the Fortnite movie?
Yeah,
Fortnite
crazy,
Doomsday?
Right? That'd be crazy.
So excited for the Fortnite movie.
I mean, I'm ready for the Fortnite movie. After the Minecraft movie, bring on the Fortnite movie. I'm about it.
Oh my god, that's gonna be a thing one day. A Fortnite movie. It's gonna be a thing one day.
It definitely will be.
I'm ready for it. Make John Wick the lead character. Sign me up. Since they
so that's like a John Wick, 5? John Wick 6? How many John Wick movies are there?
They call him the Fortnite. Not 5 yet, but there will be.
Oh my god. 5. Fifth John Wick
But
movie.
like, it's just like in general, I just think like the marketing. I think they're gonna go crazy. You got the toys because that's the other thing that Doc Glover doesn't understand about the whole rated R thing is. Do people not remember the beginning of Infinity War? We can push this PG-13 far.
Mm-hmm.
Do we not remember Hulk getting his shit rocked and Loki getting choked out? Like,
yeah, getting choked to death.
it was brutal. And I've seen a lot of PG-13 movies. It was pretty brutal for like the standard Marvel movie at the time. Like, I remember watching Infinity War, and I remember people had huge predictions of that. And I was like, when I got to that scene, I was like, whoa. They actually went there. And like, even with like Thanos taking the stone to Thor's head with like using the Power Stone against him, that was pretty brutal too. Like the fact that he was like actually like I think they'll be fine. And also
It'll be okay.
You want to capitalize on as much viewers as you can. Kids, are gonna get the tickets. They're gonna want to take their action figures to the theater. They're gonna want to get all the play sets. You got to do all the fun stuff. So.
Oh, it's going to be a big marketing and what merchandise, big push for sure.
I mean, if they let me build my gaming chair as a Doom throne, I'd have it already. That's all I'm saying. Doom's about to take Palpatine's pedestal, man. Forget the Palpatine chair. I want the throne. I want it all. Just go crazy. But. So yeah, but in general, yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty crazy. I think like there are gonna be people that deny how big it's gonna be because of where the MCU is at today. But you guys aren't ready. I'm telling you, they know what they're doing. They planned this out. This feels. But anyway, so we all kind of we like the teaser. We think Doomsday's gonna be pretty big. That's cool. What's our next one on the docket, Luke?
Stranger Things?
No.
No?
We got a little bit more Marvel news. Well, not really Marvel news, but DC news with an MCU actor.
Right.
Oh,
That's
right.
right. Sebastian Stan.
I think Kenna should start with this one. She's a Standy. So.
I'm a Standy?
Well,
yep. I suppose.
You stand for Stan.
I stand for Stan? Wow. Put that on a t-shirt.
I'll make it for you.
So at first when we heard Scarlett Johansson joining the Batman part 2, that was fun. That was cool to hear. But Sebastian Stan is very interesting on who he's going to be in the Batman. I think that's very interesting. And I think it's fun that these two actors are from the MCU are coming to DC because I think that they've both been kind of screwed over a little bit with the way that their characters arcs were in the beginning of the MCU, so it's gonna be very fun to see them in the DC roles. And I also think people don't really realize how really good actors or how good of acting that Sebastian Stan and Scarlett Johansson do. So I think they're gonna have a lot more fun to play these more dark and very Gotham characters in general. So
also,
I have no clue who he could play. Does anyone have an idea?
He's dead.
Okay, that's what I was gonna think, but I wasn't. That's what I was gonna say, but I wasn't so sure.
He's rumored to be Dent. You guys remember I told you guys a couple days ago that Dent was cast? It sounds like this is it. It sounds like this is it.
I think he will play a very good Harvey Dent.
And I was gonna say, Luke, I don't know where you found this picture, but looking at this picture, looking at the scar here, I'm kind of vibing with it. I'm kind of like, I can see the vision.
I think it would be cool if the Mask of Phantasm isn't true about Scarlett Johansson's character. I think it would be fun to see if like Scarlett Johansson is gonna play like Harvey Dent's wife, maybe something. Or did you say Poison Ivy?
I did. I was just kidding.
Well, that would be cool, but I don't know. But like, especially because one of my biggest, well, not my biggest, but a small nitpick I would say about the MCU was the relationship between Black Widow and the Hulk. And, Bucky and Natasha are married in the comics. So it would be fun to see, essentially Bucky and Black Widow actually be together, just more in the DC version.
Yeah, I've heard this is the move. I already heard before they cast Dent that she was going to be, like everyone ran with this whole, we're doing Phantasm.
I mean, it was cool. It could have worked, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
I think it's just, they've set up Dent since the Batman, and it just makes sense to have her be the wife. and I think that's going to be interesting. And I also told Luke this. I want to get your take on this, Kenna, because we do have some downside news that went with this.
Okay. Oh God.
There's going to be something you're not going to be happy about that I already told Luke about.
Oh God, what is
Yeah.
it?
So this is the upside. There's a downside about this Batman news.
Okay.
So should I just rip the Band-Aid off before
Yes,
I get
just
your
tell
take?
me,
Well, before you do, no, I'm gonna make you wait. I just want to say that I don't know how I feel about Sebastian Stan as Two-Face. I don't know. I just think it's an odd pick. And
it's an odd pick, but I think it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Because it is an odd pick. You wouldn't expect it, but I think if he did a really good audition, maybe Matt Reeves sees something that we don't.
I just also don't want DC movies full of MCU actors. I don't. Personally,
right.
I don't.
I get that with the crossing from one superhero to the other. I get that.
It takes you out of it a little bit, I think, personally. Like, because now I'm watching the Batman and I'm thinking about Black Widow and Bucky and the MCU. You know what I mean? And I want my brain to just be in DC mode when I'm watching it. You know what I mean? But like, there's going to be no way to not constantly make those comparisons.
But what if she doesn't even look? When you look at like the costume department and makeup department, what if they do such a good job that it doesn't even look like Scarlet? And then,
well, that might be hard with Scarlet, but I can see them doing that with Sebastian Stan as Two-Face because look at Colin Farrell as the Penguin. That makeup goes crazy with him as a Penguin, so I can totally see them doing that too.
How do you even do that with her, though? It's like Penguin is like this grotesque kind of like character in a way. You know, you can pull that off.
Well, I mean, once Two-Face gets the acid thrown in his face, that's where you do it.
Yeah. But Joe thinks we're not even going to get Two-Face. Like,
so I don't think we're getting Two-Face yet. I think it's just Dent.
I can see that, right? He's going to be mostly Harvey Dent for the majority. That's fine with me. Because
in the first movie, the DA was killed. In Penguin, Oz was asking for the DA. No DA.
And then there's Harvey Dent comes in.
Because every time you see, if you know your Batman comics, whenever there is a big DA in Gotham, in most of not all storylines, but a lot of them, it always comes into Harvey Dent, the White Knight. Here's the bad news.
What's the bad news?
Here's the bad news.
Okay.
Apparently, it sounds like we're gonna get more of Joker in this movie.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know how much yet, but
I'm not surprised. Like, I mean, my only one disdain about Matt Reeves' Joker is that it's fucking Barry Keoghan. I don't like Barry Keoghan. I don't like him. But I mean,
it's on par with Gotham how bad that Joker is. Like, I can't.
Not too much on Cameron Monaghan. I'm just kidding.
Why is that bad? Because
it's because Joker has been oversaturated like crazy dog liver. Like every time there's a new Batman, they gotta bring in the Joker, which I totally get because Joker's #1 Batman villain, but there's been so many other villains they could have done. And I think the people are just wanting to take a break from the Joker just for a little bit.
I don't even think that's the problem. I don't even think that's the problem. I think it's the actor is just that bad at Joker. Like, for real, I do not want this dude playing Joker at all. That one scene he's Joker in the Batman is the worst scene of the entire movie. Like, no thank you. The movie would have been better without it. Like, leave him out. Or, you know what I want? This is the Batman. This is a different take on these stories, right? The coolest thing you could have done with Joker in this case, live action Mark Hamill Joker.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
It would have blew people's mind. It would have blew people's mind.
I would have loved it. The only problem is Mark Hamill said when Conroy died, no more
Never playing Joker again, which I respect, you know.
Yeah, I respect it too.
It
would have been awesome.
What if they just
bring back? What if they just bring back Jerome?
That was some of the worst writing ever. It's not Joker, it's Jay or something. And then, like, guess what? It's Joker in the end, and you lied to us like 2 or 3 times throughout the entire show. They'd be like, it's not Joker, though.
What if they just bring back Cameron Monaghan to play the Joker again?
It's because the studio changed, Luke. So what happened is because of the whole, this is stupid, but DC went through this whole thing during their TV shows and their movies where when they made their Suicide Squad with Jared Leto, Warner Brothers mandated that if we're using Joker in the movies, you can't use Joker in the TV shows. They mandated
Right,
that.
they had to
In-
face
in-
it.
in-
I
in live
will
action.
say my
Good.
overall feelings about the Joker being in Batman Part 2. Does it kind of suck? Yeah, but I kind of just accepted it. I'm like, you know what? It's a Batman movie. Joker's gonna be there, and I hate Barry Keoghan, but I guess it's okay. Maybe it
So
won't
my
be
take-
so bad when I actually
My
see
take
the
on it
movie.
was, I was telling Luke about this. My take on this is, what if it's similar to, like, you said that one scene with him in the Batman was bad, but like, what if it's like in the Batman, the first movie, to get the Penguin show, we had like very little like breadcrumbs of Colin Farrell's Penguin, right? So what if we only get like little bit, like it's not a main role, it's just kind of
Right. If it was a
tiny
little
bit.
bit, I would be okay with that.
Yeah. So that's what I'm kind of hoping with. But back to the Dent situation. So do you guys think, because there's been talks of like a new story with like a Penguin season 2 eventually, right? How do you guys feel about, I have an idea. So in this movie, we get the Dent stuff. It's cool. We get the DA, we build into it. It's cool. It's a big part of the narrative. But one thing I was telling Luke, and I want to get your take on this, Kenna.
Okay.
I do not think that Harvey Dent or Dent's wife, played by Scarlett, I don't think these are our villains. This is cast as the
No,
movie.
especially since he's not going to be Two-Face yet. He's definitely not the villain now.
I think our villains, well, I do think that they will factor in to some degree, because I do think Gordon and Dent are going to butt heads. I do think that there's going to be,
for sure.
Yeah, I do think there's going to be really deep corruption. I think the real villain of this movie, I think they're going to go with the whole explanation of the Waynes versus the Arkhams. So I think you're going to get the Arkham family that we saw kind of Riddler planting the seed for in the first movie. I think like Dr. Arkham, some other Arkham people, I can see Arkham Asylum kind of start to become a problem in this world.
And also since it's been reported that we're going to get more Bruce this time around.
Yes.
Compared to the first movie, which I want more. I want to see Robert Pattinson actually play Bruce, because he did a good job of like the grieving, kind of emo Bruce Wayne, and he did a good for year one Batman, or essentially he's been Batman for 2 years in the universe. But it would be nice to see if like Pattinson actually getting into the more bachelor, billionaire, or more businessman side of Bruce Wayne, taking over the company and whatnot.
I could see that this is a good way to unravel his trauma, because I don't know if you guys remember this. We should rewatch the Batman one of these times, because there's a thing in the Batman where they cover how Martha, Bruce's mother, was committed to Arkham.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, I remember that.
And I think this is going to play into some. I think there's going to be some stuff revealed in this movie where they're going to. Also, I don't want to toot my horn on this one, because I know this is just pure speculation, but I do have a feeling if they're going to set up a third movie that they're going to use Arkham to tie into the corruption that leads into the court. Like, I do think that this
Court
whole
of Owls.
like this whole story is about corruption. I think we're just going to keep climbing lower and lower into the depths. I don't think we'll see the court in this movie, but I think there's going to be a character in this movie that is, here's something I'll say. I think the way that I could see, here's the thing. I think that Dent's wife, if Scarlett's really playing Dent's wife, I think Dent's wife is not just going to be like, oh, the wife, and then even though he's not Two-Face yet, I think she could potentially, not a main antagonist, but she could be the thing that leads into the secret society, because she could be working with them already, and then they build the corruption up. And maybe they don't say, oh, she's in the court. Maybe she starts saying things like she's in the society and she's working under the, because what I could see them doing is, I could see the council kind of, since they don't like the Waynes, they might try to bury Bruce Wayne in this movie. Like, they might try, like, not bury him like dead, but like his public image, right? Like the way that Batman was,
try to shame him.
Yeah, like they could come up with all these like rumors,
blackmail.
And lies. Yeah, blackmail. Like I could see I could see them doing that. I could see them
I mean, that was essentially what the Riddler was doing without knowing at first. I mean, it's arguable if like the Riddler knew if Batman was Bruce Wayne. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
But he was like, that's when it comes to the Martha Wayne being in art, being committed to the asylum, is like that was the whole thing where Thomas Wayne teamed up with the Falcones to get rid of the reporter that was gonna tell everybody about Martha Wayne being clinically insane or whatever. So I think you're right. I think that's going to be brought up again. And I think that will be a big push, especially because it's going to be like, not only was his mom had some mental issues, but then it's like, well, your dad was in cahoots with one of the biggest crime lords in Gotham. So trying to more of like, I want Bruce to like try to clear his family name in this way, or be better than his
and that's
parents.
why I think what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Go ahead, Joe.
I think
I was just agreeing.
Okay, I think what we're going to lead into with this is that when the court starts to really get announced, either at the end of this movie as a twist, or early in the next movie, we're going to get a name drop, and someone's going to say, "Yeah, you don't want to know what happened to the Waynes? You want to know why it seems like they got committed? Because the Waynes fought against what the court was becoming. So, and you're going to find out that the court killed Bruce's parents. Like, either they sent an assassin out to do it, something's going to happen. We're going to find out the court is responsible. And that's going to put Bruce, for the third movie, at war with the court. And something I really hope they adapt that I was going to talk to you guys about, because I saw a great theory about this. Like, you guys talked about Mad Hatter a long time ago, right?
I would love
I want to see something new for this third movie. I would love to see agents of the court be existing Batman villains. Like, that the corruption was so deep that they were able to employ other crazies.
Yeah, I mean, it is a version of Batman. That would be cool.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was like, I like that idea. Like, I know we're not super crazy about Joker, but if we're doing a new take, what if Joker isn't in this universe? What if this Joker isn't smart and he's not like he's just a lunatic and he doesn't have like that level of intelligence that we see with most Jokers? And what if he's a pawn in this chessboard and he has to play?
You'd be redeeming the idea of that Joker in this movie, is what you'd be doing.
Right. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that idea. I think that's a good idea for this version of the Joker and the Batman.
Yes.
I just really hope in the DCU, if we're not going to merge, I really want the classic clown Prince of Crime back Joker. I want him to be dapper looking. I mean, obviously still have him be crazy, but like, just like how Joker is mostly portrayed in like the cartoons that I watch, where like he's somewhat sophisticated, but he's crazy. I would love that.
Yeah, since we're gonna, speaking of Batman villains in the DCU, since we're gonna eventually head over to Stranger Things, I just say this that I've been saying for a long time. I wanted to say, can we please just get in the DCU, like even as early as the first movie, can we please just get Mr. Vecna as Scarecrow? I said that. Yes, I want it.
What do you mean, like the actor?
Yeah,
Yes.
The actor.
Okay.
Jamie Campbell Power.
I want him as Scarecrow.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
I don't know if they would do Enigma first and then into Scarecrow or what, but is that Riddler?
That's Riddler.
Yeah, Riddler. I wonder what they'll do with Riddler. I wonder if they'll even touch Riddler since they just did Riddler in the Batman. I know they said they'll do similar villains.
Well, he's in prison. So.
I'm a Marvel guy.
Shush.
I'm talking about like in the DCU kind of like the Riddler.
Oh,
I see. Yeah.
You know what would be really funny if like, do you remember Jim Curry's Riddler?
Yeah.
Where I would love to James Gunn do that again, but obviously in a better way.
Do you want to know you know what I think they should do? You know what? There's two ways they do this because they almost did this once back with Christopher Nolan. You know what I want? I want Neil Patrick Harris as Riddler for the for that universe to do the campy Riddler. I think that he has the chops to do it. And if we can't get Neil Patrick Harris, then I want the guy that plays Sheldon on The Big Bang Theory.
Honestly, I really wasn't crazy. Like, I love Neil Patrick Harris, but like, And it's funny because we're talking Jim Carrey, Neil Patrick Harris, and that's who played Count Olaf in both series of unfortunate events live action adaptations, right?
Yeah.
And I think Jim Carrey did it better. Like, I really wasn't into Neil Patrick Harris doing it, man. I don't know. I don't know if you guys watched that show.
But we can't use Jim Carrey too much anymore. We got to have new people.
I can only get into a little bit of it because of Neil Patrick. Like, Neil Patrick Harris is the thing that kind of stopped me on that show. And it was a bit more kidsy that I wasn't a big fan of either. But, yeah, I don't know.
Like I said, I can see he's an option. I personally like the pick of doing the Sheldon actor more from Big Bang Theory because I think he fits more for what that would be.
People would hate that.
I'm sure. I don't care.
Like, it could be good, but the backlash on the announcement of putting Sheldon in DC as a dude. Oh my god!
You want to know something crazy? That's kind of that's why I love James Gunn because he's not afraid to stand up against these people and just do something wild.
What if he just picks Michael Rooker again? What if Michael
Rooker will be in everything he does?
Every character. What if Michael Rooker just plays every single Batman villain?
What would Michael Rooker be like as Riddler? That'd be interesting. I wonder what that would look like.
I love him so much in Peacemaker season 2, man. Oh my god, it just had me dying laughing.
I really love how Michael Rooker is just essentially DC's little Stan Lee in a way of cameos.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, man.
Kinda, yeah.
Just a little bit. Obviously, he's actually playing different characters, but
the other thing I was gonna say on since we're talking about with the Dent casting, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that, and I know that we like Thunderbolts. I know we like some of these other Marvel movies, and some of us enjoyed Falcon and the Winter Soldier for the most part. I think Marvel has severely underused Sebastian Stan's talents. Like when you look at him as a character, I think him. No, I'm not. Like I've heard rumors that I saw Sebastian say things that Doomsday might be it for him. Like I've heard some talk of that, but I'm hoping that him stepping over here is potentially a big enough role where it's permanent for him to step away from. Like, let's have him step out of the limelight and not just be a Marvel actor anymore. Like, if he steps out of the MCU, then I think it's more believable that he could actually be Dent.
Right, that's kind of like why. Yeah. That's why I kind of I disagreed on the whole. I feel bad that these actors obviously it makes sense because they've been in the MCU for such a long time, but they're more than just their MCU characters, and that's why I didn't really get that feeling when watching Dune Part 1 and 2 of oh my god, it's Drax. Oh my god, it's fucking Moon Knight. I don't get that because I actually oh my god, that's Yelena, because I actually see the actors acting and actually playing these characters. So that's why I don't have that feeling when Scarlett Johansson and Sebastian Stan are now playing in the DC. Because I'm okay, they're playing these characters, they're actually acting. As long as they do a good job acting and the characters are written well, then I'm not going to be in the theater going oh my god, it's Bucky and Black Widow. I'm not really that. I I understand why people go through that. I think that's totally fair why they have that thinking process, but I personally, for me, that just doesn't.
I think I
see it, but it doesn't phase through me.
Yeah, I think we also need to evolve in that thinking of if an actor is so good, they should be able to captivate us as this new character that they're playing.
That's a good point.
Because to be fair, and I don't want to be mean to say this, if you look at Bucky as a character in the MCU, how many times when he's obviously when he's Winter Soldier brainwashed, and then when he's Bucky Barnes, he doesn't speak that much. You don't get a lot of personality from him in the Marvel movies. He had lines in Thunderbolts, he has lines in some movies, but with he stepping into a bigger, I was telling Luke, he's got other things he's in that when he wasn't Bucky that show that he can do more.
I also think him being Harvey Dent as the DA is going to be so much better than all of a sudden having Bucky be a senator.
Yes. Well, I was telling Luke, you know what I was telling Luke? I think that was grooming him for this. This might have been work longer. I think he might have done that senator thing.
No.
Just set him up for.
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't
I
think
don't so. I think
that's
just
it crossed my mind. It definitely crossed my mind, and I think it crosses everyone's mind, right? But
right.
There's no way that Marvel Studios is let's put you in a role to set you up for the Batman. You know what I mean? Like
no
it
way.
doesn't add
For
up.
the
You know what I
enemy
mean?
company. Yeah.
Yeah, right. You know what I
Remember,
mean?
James
Like,
Gunn still has good contacts at Marvel, though. So just
yeah, but
remember,
that doesn't matter, man.
Right. He's
Like,
just, if anything, James Gunn's being civil because he's a professional businessman.
Yeah,
or
and
that's
like,
true.
what,
professional
they're gonna
director,
take
so.
James Gunn's direction on what to do in Marvel right now? He's way too busy with DC to
Yeah,
probably
no,
even care.
they won't do that.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
true. You're right.
and on top of that, what was the other thing? God, I can't remember now. Damn. It's all right. It'll come back to me.
Yeah, I just like the idea. I think this is a good idea. Like this like right now I haven't heard official confirmation. Like they're saying it's rumored right now, but it sounds like it's pretty official, just like it was with Scarlet. And I think this, like, those two together as a pairing, I'm interested to see what they do. And to be fair, if you go back rewatch The Dark Knight, the stuff they did with Dent in The Dark Knight was pretty limited. Like, they did some things. They made him kind of seem like, oh, I'm the DA, I'm Batman during the day. I can do the tough job. I can hurt people in their wallets. I can do this, that, and then when you get to the transition of him becoming Two-Face, once Rachel dies, it feels very rushed. Like, it feels like when you get to, oh, we're dead, now we're Two-Face. And, like, we're building into that. We're like, I like the idea of, like, and I even like this idea, I was going to bring this up about the Penguin. I like the idea of Dent transitioning here and really getting a good story and getting introduced. And then maybe post this movie, before even a Batman 3, we do like either he shows up, he's a big part in Penguin season 2, or he gets his own show about the transition into, and maybe we have like a little mobster vibe, or maybe Dent's descent into madness starts making him think, oh, Oz, you think you're the Kingpin of Gotham? What if I want to throw my hat in the ring? What if I want to get in here and start a war? Go get Black Mask up here, and we get this little mobster turf wars going down.
Something I just remembered too, just looking at that picture in the blue background, is this movie takes place in the winter. It's going to be snowy.
Yep.
I remember them saying that a long time ago. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's got to play into the type of story they're telling. You know what I mean? Like, otherwise, why? You know, it's like, it makes me think, is Mr. Freeze an option?
I was just going to say that. I was just going to be like, is Mr. Freeze coming? That's been a conversation for a while. Ever since Batman 2 was announced, everyone's like, Iceman's going to be the new... Mr. Freeze was going to be the new big bad. And I've always been on the fence of, like, how are they going to do that? Because if this is a more grounded, realistic version of Batman, it's going to be very interesting. I'm not saying that it's impossible. I'm just curious on how they're going to make Mr. Freeze, the way that he works, how they're going to do things like that.
You can science it away, right? I mean, and be like, why? Maybe it's like the worst winter Gotham's ever had. Like, why is it Mr. Freeze is behind it? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just an idea, really.
But I think the biggest problem with that one is the fact, as much as I love the idea, it's that whole Matt Reeves villains that haven't been used in
right, that's right.
Live
haven't
action.
Been used in live action.
That really gets me. Like, I'm not saying it couldn't happen.
I still want Mad Hatter. I'm still on that little train.
I would like Mad Hatter too. I really think, like, see, the thing is, and I know this probably doesn't count because, you know, TV shows and movies different, very right ever. But like, I feel like I think we could get Mad Hatter eventually. But you know, the more I think about it, and this might be a hot take, I feel like Mad Hatter is more of a kind of James Gunn thing. Like, I kind of feel like
either way, yeah.
Yeah, like, I kind of feel like Mad Hatter is like kind of a, oh, that's kind of a weird character. I like that. I want to do that. Like, that to me sounds,
especially since James Gunn did a cameo with the White Bunny or the White Rabbit.
Yeah, that's
in
true.
Peacemaker
They did the whole
2.
thing. I'm saying,
and that is a very kind of niche Batman villain. Most people wouldn't really name.
He loves his nicheness. Look at what he did with the Polka Dot Man in your favorite Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
And my favorite Suicide Squad movie. He loves that. He loves those D-list characters and making people love them. I promise you guys, before the Suicide Squad, before Peacemaker, nobody knew who Peacemaker was. Like, I think maybe there's like 5% maybe one person might have seen him on a Justice League cartoon or something.
And it was the same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy, man. Nobody knew who they really were unless you were a comic fan, you know?
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be cool. I think Matt Reeves has a good idea. I think it's going to, they'll whatever, like, we have our preference. We have the thing that we want. I'm not going to get the thing I want. I liked the theory, even though it was only like a rumor. I really wanted to see how Matt Reeves factored into the idea of like Deathstroke being in this world, because this is a world without Teen Titans that we know of. I would have liked to see, minus the Ben Affleck, I would have liked to see what that Batman and Deathstroke dynamic was. And I really like that idea of the cat and mouse of, oh, I'm the best assassin, I'm the greatest detective. I like that game of cat and mouse. I think it would have been interesting. But overall, I think it's gonna be cool. I'm excited. I like that he's playing Dent. I think it's cool. But yeah, I think we're ready to move on to our next thing.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. The finale of Stranger Things. All right.
Rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah, let's get this one over with, huh?
Okay.
People hate it.
Out.
People hate it. People love it. It's Stranger Things.
I'm glad that it's over. You know what? The finale was kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie. It was like ridiculous. And I'm kind of like, okay, fuck it. It's over. Let's just go crazy. I would say I wish it was even more ridiculously crazy. Like, I think they should have just went fucking nuts with it, because like, who cares? It's the finale. Let's just end it with like a bang, even though it's not really a good bang. But I think the biggest flops of the Stranger Things finale is definitely the character arcs for some. I feel like the Duffer Brothers. The Duffer Brothers. The Duffer Brothers, apparently they were working on a Stephen King movie adaptation of one of his books, and that got canceled. And people think it's a Game of Thrones situation where they were too busy working on another project instead of focusing on their finale of one of their biggest shows ever. The one thing that made them popular and successful. And you can tell that because they literally just didn't give a fuck in Stranger Things. I also saw something about how there was another co-writer. I forgot her name, but she was essentially the one who she was the backbone of what made Stranger Things good. At least this is what I've heard from other people, so take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But then Duffer Brothers removed her or something, or she quit. I don't know what the full story is. And then look what happened to Stranger Things. It kind of flopped after she left, especially specifically in the finale. I think again, it was crazy fun a little bit. I was with my friends, which I think made it more enjoyable when I was watching it. I think if I was watching it by myself, I would have just been like, this is dumb. This is stupid. But, you know, there was some things that I really liked about it, because I'm not going to just like hate on it for the sake of hating on it. I think there are good things about it, but there's also so many flaws that you can't ignore them. Like, the flaws are too big that you can't just like write them off as like, oh, that's a little quirk, but it's okay. I just think the Duffer Brothers writing is so wishy-washy. They're so wishy-washy, and you can really tell that in the writing of the episodes. I also think the part 3 feels so disconnected from part 1 and part 2 in a way that it kind of felt like the build-up wasn't doing the build-up work, because it just went straight into part 3, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is it.
It feels like they cared when they wrote part 3, and they didn't care as much
about
at all.
Part 1 and 2.
Yes, that's the vibe I got. Yeah, and they're like, well, we have to make the ending at least good. But like, the ride there, man, is terrible.
The ride there was horrible.
Long.
It was, you know, the finale to me is like that one clip in SpongeBob where, I don't know what episode it's from, but it's SpongeBob and Patrick, and they're on a little baby roller coaster, and they're riding slow, and then there's one little hill being like, wee, and then it goes down to like that's how it feels. It's like the little baby roller coaster.
And that's kind of the end of it, really.
Like. Yeah.
I will give my take of, I mean, I kind of just did in a way. I really think that the first part is incredibly slow. and not much
Yeah.
gets achieved. The
Mhm.
second part picks up a little bit. We get a little bit out of it. Part 3, all the meat, all the storytelling, all the everything we wanted out of the show in part 3, which is the shortest part of everything. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, it's just, it feels gimmicky because they know they were putting this in theaters, and it
Mhm.
feels like that's what they really cared about. You know what I mean? That was the gimmick of this season, essentially. You know, like, if you want to give season 4 a gimmick, it was running up that hill, right? Season
Mhm.
5 is, this is going to be in theaters. It's all coming out in the holidays. You know what I mean? Like, they're just trying to make it trend as much as possible, right?
I just like the production value went down, I feel like, in season 5, which is crazy because when you compare it to season 4, I feel like season 4 is more of the finale or the hype of a finale compared to what season 5 was. So
Sure, I can see that. 4 really felt like this giant climax of the story, right?
true.
While
Mhm.
5 feels like we're hanging on for the end.
You're
But
right.
like, that all being said, I really think the finale was enjoyable.
Mhm.
I had fun watching it. Like, I think I was 20 minutes into it, half an hour into it, and I was like, I actually really like this. You know,
Yeah,
like,
I felt the
because things
same
are
way.
finally happening. You know,
Right.
I feel like part of what makes part 3 so good, if you feel that way about it, is the emotional beats that they do hit. Because when they hit them very good. You know,
Mhm.
that's what, and I read this in a review about this as well, was, you know, like, that's what Stranger Things is good at, is
the emotional
those
beats.
emotional moments that they have
Mhm.
between characters at times, right? And I even think part 1 and part 2 did that well at times. You got
Mhm.
glimpses of it. Yeah, there
Right.
were some good parts, emotional beats in those first parts. The problem was the pacing of everything else,
Yeah.
the lack of action. Like, we needed more for a final season.
We need
Not,
to keep the ball rolling.
yeah,
And they
not a
would just
slow
be stopped.
burn.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the way you want to do this, and that's what leads into that gimmicky feeling of, let's save it all for the movie, let's save it
Mhm.
all for the ends, you know, and that made the end actually enjoyable. I don't know. I know not everybody feels that way about it. Not everyone's into the finale at all. It seems to be very divided. The thing that is, like, sure, I'm saying I enjoy it, but now I'm kind of sitting here saying I hate the Duffer Brothers.
Right. No, that's exactly. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
And my reasoning with that is, like, sure, you did what you did with the finale and the final season, but, like, stop talking about all of it. Just let
Right.
it be.
Just let
We
it
don't
be.
need you to try to explain yourselves a million different times, and you're getting hypocritical at a point, and you're sounding absolutely ridiculous. Stop comparing your work to Star Wars. Stop comparing your work to Lord of the Rings. Like, I don't want to hear all these things.
Also, it's just like, no matter what they were gonna do, either way, no matter how Stranger Things was gonna end, obviously, I think it was gonna be divided for the fans, no matter what. But the fact they're like, yeah, so we did this because of X, Y, and Z, and like, yeah, no, it's up for interpretation because we know that you guys are gonna be upset about what we did, so we're trying to make you guys somewhat happy, trying to please everyone.
Just say Eleven's dead. That's what I don't understand. It's like, just confirm that it's over.
Right.
It's done. She's dead.
She is dead. She is dead.
Even Sadie Sink says says that she's dead. I saw that
Like,
actually before starting.
Is that Max?
Yeah, Max.
Yeah, I saw that post, but I didn't look at it. But, like, how would she not be dead? There's no way 8 is doing this. Like,
No, because 8 would be long dead.
it was like a half an
that-
hour later by the time they even got where if that. It was longer than that, honestly. But let's
Right.
say it was that short. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
what I love about, like, yes, it's sad, but also it's like people are like 11 lived a horrible life and then she just died, and it's like, yes, because that happens. It sucks, but it happens, and I think that's just sometimes tragedy is good storytelling.
And
I think when you always try to do a happy ending, it doesn't always work.
Yeah.
Why
and
did
also,
sorry.
we all got things to say.
She chose sacrifice. She
Mm-hmm.
chose, okay, I've had a horrible life. I'm gonna save my friends and my family. She
Also,
chose
that's another
that.
thing.
That's
right.
what heroes do. She made the sacrifice call.
She was a hero, yeah. That was the other thing too, is like if she is alive and she's traveling around the world, she just doesn't tell anyone. That doesn't make any sense. She's gonna
Also, sorry, finish your thought there.
It's like like you could argue about, oh, the government's still after her. It's like, well, the government subplot was, I think, bullshit. I think it was just so. It was. I think it was just so obnoxious of a subplot that it served a purpose, but it didn't really go anywhere. And Dr. K was just like, oh, guess what, Will? Well, Will's gonna die of AIDS, so I'm sorry.
I can't believe you said that. Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
W. Win moment on the stream.
I'm sorry.
You made this episode go viral. Literally.
Who's the? So who's the real winner here?
You know who the best character in the entire finale is?
Okay. Anyways, guys. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I was gonna remind you. So as we were talking, right? So since Chosen's here, and I know Jake's lurking in the chat somewhere. The most goated character in this entire
Ted Wheeler
is Ted Wheeler.
Ted Wheeler, the goat.
Was the W.
Ted Wheeler, the goat. Ted Wheeler, the
W.
goat. Yeah.
He showed up at the graduation. He was the goat, man.
He was the goat. Ted Wheeler, the goat. Anyways, it's more serious. More serious now.
More serious.
More serious. Speaking of Will, it makes sense that he got.
That was
not that picture. Why?
Got the powers. But it really pushes 11 away. 11 was like the glue of Stranger Things. And then she, besides her big heroic sacrifice, they just like pushed her aside, which I find it to be crazy. Because up to her death, she should be like in the front 24/7, in the spotlight 24/7, and not just Will. And especially when you do the battle between Will and Vecna, Noah Schnapp is a very mediocre actor, so compared to the cutting back in scenes between Will acting and Vecna acting, because Jamie is so much better, I think Jamie outacted everybody in this finale.
I agree. And
I think he's too strong of an actor that he acts out everybody. Even the other really good actors in the show. I think Jamie just has that star power. But
you know what makes me really sad about that, Kevin? I'm glad you mentioned that. He's going to this show to an even worse show.
Oh, what show?
Luke, do you know about this?
No.
So, Vecna's going to Rings of Power.
Oh, that's not surprising.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. But
no, I just see him fitting in with the elves.
Yeah, I can see that. Apparently he's playing a big character from the book, but you know.
And the unfortunate thing is that even though I'm always like, I hate Will, I didn't hate him until really season 5, because I'm like, I'm sick of this dude. Like, why are we trying to make it like he's a main focal point? Because yes, he was important because he was the first kid to go missing in season 1 of Stranger Things, but I just kind of feel like his connection to the Mind Flayer and to Vecna, it just wasn't, the payoff wasn't that great in the finale. I think the setup and the mystery of it between season 1 and 2 and 3 were good, but then when we hit season 4 and 5, it's like, okay, I guess he's the sorcerer. Well, obviously it's not Will's fault because he's a character. I'm talking about the way that the Duffer Brothers' writing is. They wrote more for Will than 11. That's the issue.
Also, can I back you up on your Will things? I wanted to say something that I was doing research on this week.
Yeah.
We're never gonna see Noah after this show.
Yeah, Noah's gonna be quote unquote picky about his roles.
No, it's not picky. I read into it before the show. People were talking about all these allegations.
Oh,
his
allegations,
no, I already know. His allegations stacked up. They're worse than they were. So, like, at the end of the show, a lot of the negative backlash of, like, the coming out scene and everything, as much as it's the scene, you know, whatever, well-written and everything, a lot of this problem with Will. A lot of people said cancel Stranger Things when all the allegations came out about Noah. Like, there was a lot of craziness going on. And it's
I don't really hate Will. I just hate Noah Schnapp. I just don't like Noah.
You're not going to see him in any more projects after this. He's done.
Yeah, I know.
He's cooked.
They said that about the guy in The Flash.
Yeah, they said that about Ezra Miller.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Hey, maybe they're friends now. Maybe
They
they're
said
gonna
that
go do a
about
project.
Jared Leto.
They started dating.
Let's put all three of them in the abyss. How about that? Let's get Jared Leto in the abyss. Let's get him in the
Also,
abyss.
I'm glad,
Put 'em all
Luke,
in.
I'm glad that you pulled up that picture because that was my other thing. The Mind Flayer battle in season 3, even though that was the mini Mind Flayer, it was so much more epic than whatever this was. It was more tense than what this was. It
You're
was
unfamiliar.
more at stakes than what this was. So,
I like this in a D&D way, though.
Yeah,
in a
what-
D&D way, sure, but I think another problem is that Duffer Brothers, they don't really know anything about D&D.
Well, I know, but
can I
I
nitpick
feel-
a little bit? All right.
If I could just say real quick,
go
I
ahead.
just feel creators do this all the time. They loosely take material and they adapt it, right?
Right.
I mean, it's all over the place. But when you finally get the D&D feels, it works with the show because it has that loose feeling of it in general, right? So like when you actually get a little bit of something that is a little D&D, even if it's not completely accurate, it gives you a little bit more of that like, oh yeah, like this is what they're doing. And I got a little of that out of the finale where it's like, okay, you have like a party of people attacking the Mind Flayer from the outside while you have the most important character fighting the inside Vecna. Like that felt like a D&D type of like setup. You know what I mean? And that I did appreciate about it. And I'm sure they did enough research, or someone did, to get that there. But that's
So I want to say something about this. So I wish, and I know this might be a hot take, because I know there's lots of people who love Stranger Things, love the Mind Flayer. I want the dragon, man. Forget the Mind Flayer. I want to see the dragon.
Theory.
I wanted to go with the dragon, man. I wanted Will with a sword and a shield. Not Will. Mike. I wanted Mike with a sword and a shield, and then the whole wizard. Like you said, you wanted it to go crazy. D&D, baby, go crazy.
Oh, that would have been cool. I had this picture in my head too, with like the red background and everything, and like them actually like kind of being their D&D characters in a way, like actually having a final fight. They didn't go that far with it, you know what I mean?
No.
And to what you said, yeah, it would have been great, but like what Ken said earlier, where it's like the crazier the better. Honestly, that would have benefited this 100%. But one thing I've been waiting to say about 8 and why 11 is dead. Like, how are we going to sit here and really lie to ourselves and say something like, okay, so 8 clearly makes it like known that she needs to die and 11 needs to die, right? And like, this is where my story ends. She puts a gun up to Hopper. Like everything that she does, and at no point shows zero remorse or ever wanting to give 11 a different type of ending than what she has shown us. How are we going to go now and sit here and say that 8, yeah, no, she was okay with doing that and making a secret plan that we never knew about to keep 11 alive? That makes no sense. On top of the fact of how hard Mike is grieving. Like, why would Mike be grieving so hard if he knew that she knew that she...
But also the graduation stage, he didn't want to walk because he felt bad that 11 wasn't going to be there. So it makes no sense. Literally, they put Mike coping with the story for the fans that are coping.
But it's beautifully told, I think, in a way, too.
I like the way that it's written, for sure.
Some of the best writing in the finale, I almost think. You know what I mean? Where they pulled together the D&D thing at the end with it, like it really, it was cool. And it felt like a real ending. And that like gave it the ending feel, you know what I mean? Because if they had just said she was dead though, that would have been fine. But like, I really like this like exploration of something that I feel definitely didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like it is the coping and it's human. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's good storytelling. I wanted more of that out of the whole show. Yeah.
So Chosen said this thing about the dragon. He said, but if you're going to bring in the dragon, do it a season early. You can't just bring it in the finale with no build-up. They could have built it up. You could have plenty built it up. There would have been an opportunity. Eddie would be proud of Justin.
I like the Mind
Flayer. I think
Flayer.
Eddie should have came back from the dead with his guitar that's like a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Because Sorry, off topic. The friends that I was watching Stranger Things with, my one friend's into Death Stranding. He likes those two games. And there's a character called Higgs who has a blowtorch guitar. And we were talking about how funny that would be if Eddie had a blowtorch guitar and he came in and he set the Mind Flayer on fire. And like he was the whole whatever the vampire, whatever the D&D bat thing. I forgot what it's called.
That's what Welcome to Derry has on Stranger Things. Is they were able to use someone that died in a
Isn't
better
Welcome
way.
to Derry so much better than Stranger Things season 5?
Get me out of here. I gotta go, guys. See you later.
Oh, we're gonna start the can of worms? Oh man.
No, we're not. We're gonna close that back up and duct tape it. We're gonna leave it like that. You throw it in the fridge.
Yeah.
I like that. I would like to see Billy come back too. I think that would have been cool.
Another thing that Justin said with the whole they defeated the Mind Flayer with fireworks essentially in season 3, which I get that, which is an easy thing, but also I would argue that again that was the mini Mind Flayer. That was like not the actual it wasn't his true form, you know? So I would think there would be somewhat more difficulty for when they're actually face to face with the real thing.
Yep.
But I totally get what you're saying though. At the same time, it's just kind of messy writing on the Duffer Brothers part.
Chosen also Jonathan is the MVP of the finale. He saved both Steve and Nancy.
Jonathan.
I don't like how they handled their relationship at the end. So
Me neither.
I mean, obviously, like it's controversial the scene where they break up because they had to literally explain that they broke up.
Right.
Like, good job writing that. We already talked about this in the previous episode, though. And it's just like that very end when they're on the rooftop and like you're talking about how they should meet up every once in a while. Like, you get this vibe that like Jonathan and Nancy can still be a thing. And the same way that Kenna wanted Nancy to be on her own for her own independence, I, at this point, would like to see that for Jonathan as well.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to see this like, okay, you're going to just like stand on the sidelines and be the guy that's there for her when she's ready. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that either. You know, like I kind of wish they did just actually break up and actually not do this like
it took a space
will they, won't
to
they?
actually break from each other. I also think an issue is that Charlie Heaton and Natalia Dyer, which are the actors who play Jonathan and Nancy, they're dating in real life, and I just think their chemistry is too good on screen that even after they break up, they still somewhat act like a couple.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? I think at this point they maybe should have just stayed a couple. But again, I do like the character arcs of like they should move on instead of always being tied together. And they're still friends. I'm not saying that they need to hate each other or anything.
I'm going to say something wild on this subject. I'm glad you mentioned that. I don't hate Jonathan anymore. I
don't really hate Jonathan.
But I do hate Nancy.
My only one nitpick of that character is like, why did they even write him taking pictures of Nancy? That's weird. That's so weird to me. I can't get really over that. But you know what? It's fine.
Well, it's just, I mean, that like, I feel like that's in a lot of 80s type shit. There's that like guy that's kind of a creep that's like taking pictures and takes pictures he shouldn't, like, and puts them in the red room. It's been in other stuff. I know it's been in other stuff.
Right, I get that, but I just find it kind of
80s. It's 80s though. You know what I mean? Like,
it's just like the Wrinkle in Time book. Guys, it's just like the Wrinkle in Time.
I don't mind that.
Back to the Future.
What I mind
Back to the Future
is like the I'm gay and like, or I don't like girls. Like, they don't ever. If you really want to be an 80s thing, man, I come from the 90s and we got beat up as kids. You know what I mean? Called gay all the time or this or that. They don't show any of that actual part of the culture. It's very like, here's the nice side of the 80s. You know what I mean? And like very, very little of any of the bad of it. You know what I mean? But that's what makes it.
They did. Again, this is what makes season 1 so good, is that they did do that. I feel like in season 1, where they had like the main bullies that were bullying the boys, where really they were racist to Lucas, and then they did call Will queer, and like even like it was all there in season 1. But then as it got expanded, they kind of lost it.
Oh yeah. Tried to desperately get it all back for season 4, which they actually achieved. And then 5 was a flop. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I'll say
Does
one
anyone-
thing. One thing on this one that because I saw Chosen was saying this, and I want to follow up on this. I've come to the realization that I rewatched all the seasons after season 5. I went backwards and went and rewatched 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And I've come to the Steve has one of the best character arcs that there has been on this show, because he goes from being this total bully that was only meant to be in season 1 to like literally becoming this awesome. And what I love about Steve is he's just the guy. Like, he's just the regular guy. Like, oh, I want to have my 6 kids. I want to, live my life. I'm gonna be Coach Steve. Showing out. Like,
I'm right there, man.
I really did
Right
like how
there.
Steve ended in the show. I just think about, that, Luke, remember that reel that I sent you about, I just can't stop thinking about it, where like every character is like, this is this, all right? Like every time they're trying to set up like a plan.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just the way that they like formulate the formula-based way they like to explain things to the audience, which at times is like, and then the vinyls go inside of the vinyl covers, and this is like, and that's like, and it's just overly simplified, and like it's not even those scenes that are that bad to me. It's the other ones where like just 2 characters are talking to each other and they're just beating you over the head with what's happening in the show at the same time.
Yo, it's just like Return of the Jedi. Have you ever seen Return of the Jedi?
Yeah.
I hate that. That was annoying when they. As much as I'm a Star Wars guy, that really grinded my gears when they were just like, "Hey, look, we're on the Death Star. You see this? Look at this plan. Oh, the Death Star, right? Look at what they did. Like,
guys, we're Woodaway, Token, and George Lucas combined. We the Duffer Brothers are Woodaway, George Lucas, and Token combined. I also saw something about how the Russo brothers and the Duffer Brothers are gonna merge. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've been seeing posts about that.
Why?
I have no clue.
Who's posting about that they would merge?
Man, I don't know. I've just been seeing it.
I know they're stealing some of their actors, but I don't think they would. I don't think they'd merge.
The Duffer Brothers will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Only to be killed. Only so Doom can choke them out and go, "You're done."
Guys, this is just like D&D. That's what Doom is gonna say.
Watch Doomsday be more like D&D.
But yeah, my overall thoughts of the finale is that it's just okay, I guess. Like I did really enjoy it for the most part, but like just like sinking in, and I just feel like I feel like it's not entirely the Duffer Brothers' fault, because again, no matter what they were gonna do, I feel like there was gonna be some division. No matter what, I totally get that, but also I'm just like, well, it's over now. I am free. I am free from Stranger Things.
My take on this finale is that I think the epilogue was fantastic. I think the final battle was very, very underwhelming, and it went out.
I get that.
Really short.
I will say though, I did like when they finally got Vecna and they got him impaled, and before Joyce chops off his head, they all had the flashbacks of like how it all started. Nancy was thinking of Barb. Jonathan and Joyce were thinking of, when Will got captured, and like they were all thinking of like the very beginning. I did like that. The whole purpose why this all became a thing, I did really appreciate that.
It's got its moments. It's got its moments. I'm not saying it's terrible.
Where's Barb's happy ending?
She's dead.
There you go.
No, and she's not traveling the world looking at 3 waterfalls. Barb is dead. And so is Bob.
And so is 11.
So is 11.
Oh, she did. Oh, yeah, we had predictions of who would die. I have them right here.
Oh, yeah. Let's see how wrong we are.
So,
we're all
Joe
wrong.
said... No, we got some right.
We got some right.
Joe said 11 and Steve.
I was wrong about 1. Okay.
Nope. Kenna said 8 and Hopper. So you got 8. And then I said Hopper, Steve, and 8.
So you got 8.
I got 8. We all got 1.
That's good. We all got 1.
But you guys got 50%. I got 33. So that's all right. Yeah. I guess you guys tied a win, really. But
you know one of my biggest nitpicks of this finale that I've been thinking about lately when rewatching the seasons?
what's
I
that?
think Hopper needed more action in the finale. I think Hopper should have just
I feel
taken
like they
out the
attempted that with the first part,
Yeah.
and it didn't do it well. You know what I mean? Like it's like it needed more than what it had for sure. You know?
Yeah. Hopper should have just taken out Dr. K. She's useless anyway. Just end her.
It would have been cool to get like the Dr. K arc in the beginning, and like they would have fought her and had to defeat her, and then like someone just takes her place, and it's like this never ends.
Do you want to know a wild take I was thinking about that I don't know if anyone would
Never
agree with this, but I actually kind of like this? I think you bring in Vecna and the Mind for later, and you build the beginning of the season on just the military occupation.
That's what I'm saying.
So like I think that would be cool. Of like, okay, so it's the military really being threatening, really trying to do this, and not a 20-year-old taking out trained commandos with an F-16.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm never gonna let that go. I'm sorry. I will forever be a Nancy hater, and I will stand my ground. I don't care. I'm sorry.
It is.
You don't like Nancy?
Well, it's just
You're weird for that one.
she definitely. It would be. It's hard to believe she could do that. You know.
Yeah.
I know, but that's not Nancy's fault, guys. Guys, that's not Nancy's
it's not
fault.
Nancy's fault. That's the Duffer Brothers'
Yes,
fault.
I don't
to be
like the
honest.
right. Let me rephrase it. I like Nancy as a character. I think the actress is amazing. I don't like the handling of Nancy.
Okay.
I don't like the I love her as a character. I don't like how she was used. Is
Right.
the
I
best
feel that.
word. Yes. So,
All right.
so I'll clarify that more because I feel that's like no. I do like Nancy. I saw a post. I want to bring this up to you guys. I saw a post that I thought was funny because certain actors were left out. I saw a post that has that said that Maya Hawke, what's his name? I can't even remember him. The actor that plays Steve. And,
Joe Keery?
Yep. And then there was a third one. Who was the other one? There was three of them. It was Maya Hawke, Joe, and then I think it was Jonathan's actor. You said.
Oh, Charlie Heaton.
She wants to do a
Scooby Doo.
Yeah, Scooby Doo with those actors, and I thought it was funny that no one was left out of it. I would like it. I would be down. I think it'd be cool.
I think Joe Keery would be Fred. Charlie would be Shaggy. Maya would be Velma. Oh my God.
Oh, we're getting into this.
We're moving on to Fallout.
The better show. Let's go.
Oh, the better show. Why don't you start off then, Joe?
I liked this episode except for one thing, and I'm really mad about it. And it's not a problem with the show at all. It's a problem with me. It's a problem with I got too attached. So I loved when they introduced Camille Gianni in the last episode, and then when Maximus decided to take him out, I was upset because I thought with him being such a big budget, with him being a pretty big actor, I thought, okay, can we get him for most of the season and get some really fun moments? Because I liked kind of the vibe of him in this world, of him just kind of grabbing Maximus and like, hey, let's go, do some fun shit. Let's go take it out for a spin, like kind of like, I liked the vibe. And then he's gone. I'm like, no, why?
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect him to only be in like one episode, Yeah. I'm fine with it though, personally. Yeah. So we had, if you guys aren't keeping up with Fallout, we've had some new actors join the crew here in the last couple episodes. We're on the third episode of season 2, and Macaulay Culkin shows up in the Legion, which is like Caesar's Legion, what they call it, Khazar, right? And I just feel like, I'll say, so Kamal, right? Is it Kamal or Kumail? I don't know, but
whatever you want to call him.
He I just don't like the silly type actors, almost like not even silly. Silly is not the right word. Like I feel Kamal leans towards humor. You know what I mean? That's what he's good at. He doesn't.
I like him for this because with this type of show, with Fallout, in the times where you have people like Lucy is very good-hearted, and I liked seeing someone in this dark world that was very much a villain but still kind of like I was almost at that, like, not fully committed to it, but like kind of that almost like Jeffrey D. Morgan where you're like, this guy's a scumbag, but like he's having fun doing it, and you kind of go for it. Like, that was at least my take on it. I just thought I like the fun. I like the fun vibe. Like, from my point of view, it was, oh, this guy's an asshole, but he's a ton of fun. Because I think the old guy that's in charge of the whole Knights, I'm kind of just getting sick of him. He's kind of just old Fallout Palpatine. He's just kind of like, oh, I'm in charge, and I'm gonna do this, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I mean, we gotta have our bad guys. It's cool, but he just kind of seems a little too one note for me.
That's what I don't like about the leaders. They all feel very stereotypical.
Yes, exactly. So I'm glad that we're on the same page on that one. I fil like that's definitely that's what I. But yeah, I know I'll be honest. I'm not crazy about this whole Legion idea in this story. That's one of my other nitpicks about this episode. I'm not crazy about this little setup.
So yeah, I read some about it. Like, when I first watched the episode, I was kind of like, what is this? Because I haven't played New Vegas, and I'm playing through the games right now. I'm still on 3. And I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, it's actually a thing. But I also saw reviews of people kind of tearing it apart, saying like, this is the Legion, one of the like most important factions in the Fallout world. And it almost feels like they just Lucy and the Ghoul there, the Cooper, like literally just walked on by, and they seem to just be leaving it behind, right? I feel it's still gonna come back.
I think it's gonna come back too.
Yeah, they didn't just introduce all that just to let it go, you know. But we still haven't talked about it. Macaulay Culkin.
Hey, Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin, sure. I'd say Home Alone kid. Before I'd ever say Kevin, personally.
Well, that's who that is. I didn't even realize that. That's crazy.
You didn't recognize him?
Yeah, that's why I don't like it. Honestly, like, so you introduced Kamal in the last episode, but then you already killed him off. I can get behind that now. You know, like, I like what they did with his character now, because I feel that like your central Fallout characters should be more on the serious side. Like, and the comedy that's being played around them is like a mock of society, a mock of like sociology and the groups and the way they handle each other, you know what I mean, and how they think of themselves. You know, like,
you know what I think my issue with it is, and I don't want to cut you off. My issue with the Kamal thing is that the last episode, to me, I thought he was going to come in and be very different. Like, as much as I enjoy his comedy, the vibe I got from the setup of the last episode was, I thought he was going to come in here and kind of fuck shit up. Like, the way that these leaders...
I kind of thought so, too.
I kind of like I was really hoping, to be honest, I'm a little disappointed, because while I find him fun, I was disappointed that he didn't come in here and he was just, like, this cutthroat. Like,
what if he's not dead?
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that. I'm like, I didn't really read his death as a death, because he just bonked him on the head. I kind of just read it that he's just knocked out.
Wouldn't you cause, in that suit, can you protect yourself from blood trauma to the head? Like, how
man, we got ghouls in the show.
Yeah.
I'm like,
if he's not dead, I'm down. Like, if he's not dead and he comes back and does something sinister, like, I just figured it out. Because something that Maximus said in this episode, it makes sense. He mentioned a war. So if he's not dead, maybe it's him and Maximus going to war against each other. Like, the factions start really...
Well, I think war is going to happen either way, whether he's dead or alive, because look at what just happened. Unless they can somehow convince him that, like, something in the factory hit him on the head, which could be funny in the Fallout show. I'll give it that. But
this might be a hot take, but can I be honest with all 3 of these episodes? I know that we love, like, I love Welcome Guns, I love the Ghoul, but my favorite storyline this season so far is everything to do with the Knights. I don't know what it is about the Knights faction, and this is gonna get really sweaty for you guys. But so, like, really nerdy, we're gonna get really nerdy here. Are you ready for this? You know why I like the Knights stuff?
Why?
Because it feels like we're setting up for Warhammer, baby. Like it's all
That's so different though, man. But I know what you mean. But yeah,
it just gets me kind of giddy. Like the lore, I just kind of get that like, ooh, Amazon's getting ready for that Cavill Warhammer shit. Oh,
right.
Like,
No, I think
I saw the suits. Yeah, go ahead.
the Knights definitely are like the central plot. It feels like of this season, but that's only for now.
Right.
I have a feeling that like it could be this next episode tomorrow that we're getting actual Vegas. Like, when is Vegas showing up is kind of where I'm at. Okay, we're about to have episode 4. Once episode 4 is done, we are halfway through the show. And we still ain't at Vegas. You know what I mean? Like, I get the first show tried to be slow and, like, it built up. You know, like, you had to kind of give it some time to get there. But, like, are you only going to do 1 season of Vegas and we're only going to get, like, 4 episodes of actual Vegas? You know what I mean? Like, in that season? I just wanted more, like...
You gotta think they're going to build it up. You gotta think they'll go full on Vegas season 3. You gotta think that...
See, like, that, I'd be okay with that. If we take 2 seasons for Vegas, like, sure. I'm cool with that.
It's too big. And remember when before we got the trailer, they did that big announcement? They hyped up Vegas. So, like, if they... Like, I think it was even the Lucy actor that hyped it up when they were announcing, like, all the actors for the season and stuff. When they did that, what was it? Was it the Game Awards? No, it was before the Game Awards, right? It was one of the events that happened before Christmas. They announced Fallout something, and then they, like, literally, like, before the... Oh, yeah, we barely have shot it. We just finished this filming, and even though we have barely edited this, here's the trailer. And then before that, they're like, oh, yeah, and we're doing Vegas, by the way. And, like, and people went crazy. So... I hope that they know that people want to really see Vegas. Like, so
I'm sure. I'm sure they do. You know what I mean? I just hope. I feel like they're building it up in a big way. Kenna, why don't you go?
What do you got to say?
I thought it was really good. Just kidding.
What's your guys' score for this?
No, it was good.
Yeah,
it was good for real. Like, it's the actors I don't like.
I totally get what you guys are saying about the critiques. Again, I don't really know nothing about Fallout, so when it comes to accuracy of the games, I can't speak on that. But I thought it was a good episode. I enjoyed it, especially I really enjoyed it for the ghoul. I think ghoul is the more of the scenes where he's not the ghoul yet. Before it all, the nuclear happened. You know, I think his character development is really good in this episode because even though he's still that, you know, very rough edge, don't trust anybody, he's slowly kind of becoming himself again in a way, being around Lucy, where he is being, you know, kinder, and he's thinking back on what he used to be like before it all happened. So I really thought that was the highlight of this episode. It didn't bother me, the whole Kevin Home Alone guy. I totally get that, though. I thought it wasn't the worst thing ever. I was more concerned in the fact that there was this one dude who I deadass thought it was gonna be The Rock, and it wasn't. But I was really scared that Dwayne The Rock Johnson was gonna appear in Fallout. That would have been where I was like, oh no. But I'm glad that it was Kevin from Home Alone more than it was.
I just really, it takes me out of it a little bit. Like Macaulay Culkin and the way he does the role, I don't like either. You know what I mean? Like, I think he would have fit just so much better as a different character in the show.
I think it would have been better if instead of he was part of the Legion, he was another Vault Dweller. I feel like he looks...
Oh, he would have killed that.
Yeah.
He would have killed... It would have been funny, you know what I mean? And I was even saying, like, Thaddeus with the kids with the opening the soda pops, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like...
Kids by this age are dead by now. I also like that part of the episode.
No, it was funny, you know? But I could see Macaulay Culkin also doing that part.
I still want Thaddeus dead, though. I don't know. That guy.
Thaddeus ain't dying. He's a ghoul, bro.
He pisses me off.
It would take yeah, why?
Wait, sorry. Wait. So remind which one Thaddeus is? Is that the one?
That's the guy that was telling the kids what to do. He used to.
Okay, so he's a ghoul because he didn't look like a ghoul.
He's starting to become a ghoul. He's going through the process of it.
Joe needs a rewatch.
What you got against The Rock, Hannah? Essentially, it's like, oh, that's The Rock. I kind of, you know how I was like, I don't let the MCU actors bother me. That's where I draw the line. That's my kind of, where I'm like, oh, that's just The Rock.
In defense of that, I don't think The
something.
Rock's gonna do any big projects other than that freaking Moana thing at this point. Like, I
Right.
think he's gonna be on pause for a minute.
Mhm.
But so I just think like, yeah, like for me, I just like I'm waiting for because him and Maximus have that thing, and then like Maximus kind of saved him in this episode.
Right. Oh yeah.
He's such a scumbag though. I've just been waiting for him to kind of get his.
Thaddeus?
Yeah.
I mean, it's arguable, right? I feel like
Yeah.
because so Thaddeus was doing the right thing when Maximus had literally killed the knight and took his armor,
Yeah.
right? And Maximus breaks his foot by stepping on it.
Yeah.
He gets to that doctor eventually. That's how he turns into a ghoul. But he doesn't know he's a ghoul yet. It just heals him.
Mhm.
And then he gets shot in the neck with an arrow. And he's like, oh, I'm a ghoul.
Mhm.
Like, I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, no,
So,
he did have some good moments in this episode. I don't know. I just I
well,
just
that
kinda
was
thought-
season 1. But,
Yeah, I liked him in season 1.
yeah, but now we're actually seeing him transition into a ghoul, which I like that. You know what I mean? Like,
That part's cool.
I can get behind a piece of shit character and still like them sometimes. Like Always Sunny in Philadelphia basically is what that is about.
I have
Shitty characters.
I have no problem with him. He just, I don't know, something about the delivery of the lines of the actor. I just like, he just kind of comes off. What's the word?
I love him.
He's a little whiny. Like,
Yeah, no, I love him.
Like he's bossy and like, I don't know. I'm just.
No,
Maybe
yeah,
just-
I think he kills it. I like
Right,
the character he's playing. I think it fits in the world and everything. I know what
Right,
you're saying.
yeah.
Totally. I just prefer. I like it. I don't know. Like, and I especially like his scene with Fred Armisen in the first season when he comes across him and he's playing the music. And he's like, yeah, the mids. Yeah, you hear the mids? He's like, oh yeah, there they are. There.
No, I've just kind of gotten to this point. I feel like I've gotten to this point when it comes to like media that I just want to see. Like, they keep giving these people like likability and just like even with their scumbags, there's something about them that makes them likable. I'm ready for in media to just have people that are just cruel. Like,
Well, that's
I just
Lucy's
wanna
dad.
See, yes.
Like, Hank,
Yes,
that's his
I
name.
like
yeah.
his sto-
Like,
I like his
I
story,
like
yeah.
what he's doing. I like his purpose as the bad guy.
I have a
miss
feeling this
that.
next episode is going to be a lot about Hank again and Norm because we got no Norm or Hank in the last episode.
Yeah, because I missed that like when a lot of these media, I'm so sick of like not every character obviously gets redeemed, but they add these little traits of likability, and I
Well,
just
that's kind of like how humans are. The complexity of
But I
like
wanna
not
watch
everything is black
something-
and white.
But I want to watch something that like literally makes me go, wow. Even I've been a fan of like old school villains all my life, but even I want to punch this dude in the face. Like I want to see that feeling of watching a TV show or movie with that gut punch where someone does something so cruel.
You want
that
to
you're
feel
like,
rage.
Yeah, like I feel that rage, that fever, like just like I want to feel the like just wanting to punch something or someone like in that.
You need to watch Breaking Bad.
I've seen Breaking Bad. I love it.
Oh,
One of the
well, that's
greatest shows of all
that
time.
show, bro. That's that show right there in a nutshell.
Yes,
the
but I think we're
villains
about to-
are villains. You know what I
Right,
mean?
but I
Like,
think that's the thing that people haven't realized yet, though. And I wouldn't use Fallout as an example, but like in general of media in related to Fallout, we are about to see a new uprising very soon. Of media is going to go back to. I think we're going to go back to that level eventually. I think we're going to get to that. You're going to get villains that are villains, and there is no redemption for these characters. And
I
can't
don't
wait
see
for that.
Hollywood making any kind of big changes, man. I know you want that, but I just don't see it. I don't know.
That makes me sad.
I wish.
I hope so. I want something to. There's gonna be
But-
something that comes out that does it.
I'm all about gray areas too, though. I like
And I like
more.
gray areas. There's some characters I think gray areas are acceptable. Like I kind of liked that. Like my whole thing with the reason I kind of liked, even though he's comedic and like we expect him to be comedic, I like that Camille was like even though in this episode they played more the comedy, I liked how he interacted with Maximus. Like I liked how he wasn't
it's
just like, oh,
half and half, you know?
yeah, it kind of was nice. It was kind of like, okay, he's cracking jokes, but he's also still like, in that moment, he was pretty dead serious. Like, he was pretty like,
Oh, yeah.
So I'm really hoping he's not dead. I'm really hoping that we're going to get that, like, Hammer come back and just like, oh, you thought I was dead.
I mean, it could end up like a kidnapping type situation where they take the armor away from him and they just like have him up in that factory and there's nothing they can do. But then they'd have to hide the suit because the Brotherhood would show up. Like, there's all, I don't know. We'll have to see. That's where, like, you can have your critiques of the show, but, like, it's a good show, man. Just like you were saying, like, the better show.
I just like,
well,
like,
we both are, but, you know.
This show, I don't have, like, it's not even a critique. It's more of a nitpick. It's just, I couldn't really find anything to really complain about. My expectations were too high. I got too excited about the idea that he seemed by the end of the episode, I thought we were going to get some real villains. Because the thing for me that I think that my struggle is, I know that that like obviously Lucy's dad is very villain-like, but my issue with that is that I'm kind of sick of the fathers and the family members are the evil. Like that trope.
Well, I think you're about to get all that in this show. It seems like a war is about to start, and then you got Robert House, who we haven't even really got to know yet.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like Robert House is going to be a very hateable character.
That's true. I mean, yeah, you could definitely get, like, there's definitely hateable characters. Like, you know, I like that. I think this show is amazing, and I think, like, realistically, like I said, expectations just a little higher than I should have been smarter. They shouldn't have been so high. But I back your take on the Kevin thing. I think the Kevin thing is justified. Because
he's not Kevin.
because it is the Home Alone. Because it is the Home Alone kid, and it is kind of like, really, the guy grew up and
Home
now
Alone, Fallout.
Yeah, like
Fallout, Home Alone, Fallout, Vault Alone.
Vault Alone. Yeah, there you go. No, like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I didn't really think too much about the Legion thing because I was so kind of like, I think I was so excited to see Camille do something crazy. And then I was watching him kind of bond with Maximus and kind of like show him the fun side. And then literally it's like, when it ended, I was like, well, that wasn't what I was expecting. And then I was just kind of like part of it was like, yeah, it's kind of a good thing. But at the same time, I was kind of thinking about it. I was like, but I'm sad. But like you said, it might not be over. So
no, we'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Now you guys get to go about your Yellow Jacket stuff.
Yeah. So Ken has been telling me to watch this show. Mm-hmm. It's quite a popular show. I started it up. I've seen about the first 4 episodes of the first season at this point, and it's really good. Like I like it a lot. I'm saving it for while I'm working so that I can be more entertained while I work. But yeah, no, I just really into it. Got me wanting to play the forest again, like getting stranded in the woods, like from a plane crash. Yeah, all these girls that were on a varsity team. Soccer team and some JVs, right? They go up for nationals and the plane crashes and they have to like survive. It's very Lord of the Flies from what I can tell. I never actually read Lord of the Flies, but like a lot of people in high school did. I just never had a class where I did, so I never chose to read it. But I've heard about it plenty of times, and this sounds kind of like a more like just modernized television version, like high quality story of what seems to be kind of Lord of the Flies. I don't really know. It reminds me of that in a way of like the Hunger Games is like Battle Royale. You know what I mean? So these things happen. Art, that's how it works. People get inspired and they take something and they make it their own too. And they put their own twist on it and everything. But Kenna's going to be the one who really has something to say about this. She's completely caught up on the show.
I'm completely caught up on all 3 seasons. Season 4 is going to come out sometime late in 2026, maybe, hopefully. Yes, it is on Netflix, but only the first 2 seasons are. Season 3, you either have to have Paramount or you got to find some other way to watch it. But
Paramount and
still,
Showtime.
yeah, Paramount and Showtime to be exact. But it's still a good show. Gosh, I mean, it's really hard. I really like this show. I got into it. My friends recommended to me to this show, and like our entire friend group really bonded over this show. It's really hard to talk about it without getting super spoilery, but I would always recommend it to anyone who really likes, again, Lord of the Flies. I haven't read that book either, but, it does have that vibe. Or if you really like psychological horror, drama, thriller, it got all of that. And also drama a bit. It also does something in the show that's new that I feel like you don't see a lot, where you have the plane crash of the teams, and there's like, I don't know, 17 characters, but when it cuts to, there's a teen timeline and then there's the adult timeline. And basically in each episode you see their younger selves surviving in the wilderness, but then you see them as the adults outside of the wilderness, back to the real world, and how they're figuring out their trauma still with the wilderness tragedy. And we also know that so far there's only 7 survivors, and there might be a secret 8th one. That's been a theory for a really long time, but I don't know if they're gonna do that for the season finale. Maybe they will, but you're kind of you already know that most of these characters in the wilderness are gonna die, but you don't know when or how yet, and that's what keeps the mystery of it. And there's also a bunch of other mysteries going on too. There's a lot of twists and turns, so it really keeps you hanging on.
I will say, just catching up, it's so much
Mhm.
fun to kind of predict what's going to happen. So I could see the fun of that when you're actually caught up. That's all I want to say.
Yeah, and also the actors are amazing. This is a season 2 screenshot, but Elijah Wood shows up not until season 2, but he's a great character. And Melanie Linsky, she was in The Last of Us, season 1, and she's also done a bunch of other things. Christina Ricci, the 90s Wednesday Addams, she plays the adult character, the adult counterpart of Misty. And then, Fallout, we have Ella Purnell, who plays Lucy, and Jackie Taylor in Yellow Jackets. So there's a lot of great actors, and even the least well-known actors in the show are so good in a highlight. What's her name? I forgot. The daughter of Shauna Shipman, who is one of the characters in the show, her name is Callie. She was actually in Tron Ares. Obviously, Yellow Jackets was before that, but when I watched Tron Ares, I'm like, hey, that's Callie from Yellow Jackets. So, yeah, there's just
an actor in that project.
Well, she had a small role in that movie, so it's okay.
Yeah.
She has a much bigger role in this show, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I noticed. I don't know what I'm butting here, but I noticed you mentioned Elijah Wood in one of the seasons.
Yeah, season 2.
I just saw him in Tron Uprising, which I just finished.
Oh yeah, that's right. He voices
the lead character. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Right. A lot of people find it. Melanie Linsky. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. She's worked with Elijah Wood before. They both voice acted in one of Cartoon Network's one of their biggest popular shows, Over the Garden Wall, which is a very famous show to put on during the fall Halloween season.
I'm surprised to see Elijah Wood has a lot of animated stuff.
He's just a cool guy.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
No, I'm not knocking it. I'm just
I know.
I'm just surprised. It just kind of blows my mind because I just think of Elijah Wood as, Frodo. And then the guy from Spy Kids.
I will say though, even though Melanie and Elijah Wood have worked together in the past, it's really in the show. It's really the fun interactions between Christina Ricci and Elijah Wood with Misty. And oh my God, what is his character's name? What is it? I forgot his name.
Wilfred?
Oh my God, because I've just been calling him Elijah Wood the entire time. I completely forgot his character's name. But they have a somewhat of a relationship character arc going on, and it's really fun seeing them act between Wednesday Addams and Frodo, right? So that's the fun bit.
OG Wednesday Addams and Frodo.
Yeah, OG 90s Wednesday Addams. I also just... What else can I say about the show? It's just really good, and all the characters are great, and also because The characters are really flawed too. That's, I think, what's the best part about it. You can have your favorites, of course, but like some way or another, some of these characters do really bad, horrible decisions, or they suck. But that's okay. And also, again, with the teen timeline and the adult timeline happening at once, there's gonna be times where, at least for me, you hate the teen version, but you love the adult version, or vice versa, depending on who you cater towards. But that's the fun about it. I do have some of my critiques with the show, but I can't get into that because that would be super spoilers.
When the show's done completely, are you gonna get that box set? Like that,
the
like
Yellow
that,
Jacket?
Yeah, like the 4K, like just go crazy.
Like get it on DVD? I don't know. Maybe if they ever make that, sure, I'll get one.
Oh, they make it. It's just not as. You don't see them in the stores like you used to back in the day. You know what I mean?
You
go on Amazon.
I'll definitely get 1 through 4 because 4 will be the finale. It was originally gonna be 5 seasons, but they cut it to
down.
4.
Okay.
So
Juicing it up.
Gotta do it. We still made the right decision to kind of know when the show needs to end. And after hearing you guys talk about this, I'm definitely gonna give it a look. But first, I gotta get on my primal level because Luke's telling me this. I like that animation. That looks cool.
It's
Joe.
the guy who made Samurai Jack.
I've been trying to tell Joe for days now. Watch Primal, bro. You're gonna love Primal. If you like action, if you like animation, if you like Samurai Jack, you're gonna love this show. And what's so cool about it is watch Yellowstone, awesome show. Yeah, I've heard that's a good show.
Nah, I'm yellow jacking it.
Yeah, right. But so Primal is all visual storytelling, where nobody actually says words. Like they say grunts and stuff like that, but like
there's no dialogue.
You're just going on this like journey, watching it happen. Like it's emotional at times because that's how they have to tell the story. It's like harder to act when you can't actually say anything, right? But the show does a beautiful job of conveying emotions even through the animals. Right.
And is the idea, not to cut you off, but is the idea that like this is all set during like prehistoric time of like caveman and like dinosaurs?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Dude, you're gonna love this show, Joe. Next episode, you need to come back to me with a report of how much you like this show.
You got some homework.
I'm giving you homework.
I'm gonna do my homework. I'm gonna get it done.
And here's the other thing.
Max, by the way. So
it'd be cool if we all watched it. January 11th, season 3 starts, and it will be on Max. So, and it's super easy to watch. It's only 15-minute episodes. Like they go quick. You'll be like, next thing you know is you'll be halfway through the first season. Like, oh my god! I just happened to be watching Adult Swim, and they played like the whole first season, probably because they're promoting the 3rd season now coming out. And it's taken years. Like I think that first season came out like 10 years ago. It just takes time in between each season that's come out, and I don't know if it's like for animation purposes or exactly why they do it, but I think kind of said that he also is making another show too.
So I watched another show called, I think it's called Unicorn Wars Eternal, or Unicorn Eternal Wars. It's a very interesting show, and season 1 came out in like 2023. So, and nothing has been said that it's been canceled or anything, but knowing that he does take 10 years, that's most likely, because I didn't really see any negative reviews about that show, so I doubt that it got canceled. So I'm sure season 2 will come out another time, probably after Primal.
This is just like one of those things where I'm just so excited for somebody else to see it because I know how much they will like it. Joe, I could not stop watching this and be like, Joe will love this. Joe will love this. Like, I know you will.
I'm gonna watch it, man. I can't wait.
I think it's gonna be like your favorite thing in a while.
I'm always craving some new action. I got my eye on the next thing I'm planning on watching, and I think you guys should give it a shot too. Is there's a new show on Peacock with the girl that got fired from Scream, and then Simu Liu plays Shang-Chi, and it's kind of a
I know what you're talking about. I've seen ads for that.
Espionage thriller type thing. It's got my attention because I love that gritty underground like fight stuff. I don't know why. I find that kind of stuff, the gritty like underworld type, like what's the tone? I'm trying to think, like suspense type of feeling. I like that type. I like those type of shows. Those type of stories interest me.
Boondocks, that show is funny as hell. Yeah, Boondocks is a classic, bro.
Yeah, that's a
I
classic
want you, and I'm gonna. I don't even remember the next line, honestly, but yeah.
It's like I liked ya and I want ya.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way. What's that, Joe?
Is Primal our last topic, or do we have another one?
Primal was our last topic.
Perfect. My battery needs to be charged before my next podcast. It's literally 2% battery.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
want to talk about that for a second?
Oh yeah, guys. I'm gonna be going live in about it's 6:22, about 3 to 4 more hours after I have a dinner break. My friend who I haven't seen in a long time, I used to work in the movie theater. Me and my buddy Sam Fassler I wouldn't necessarily consider it a podcast. It is kind of, but it's not like a consistent thing that's gonna be every week. It's just gonna be tonight. You don't want to miss it unless you catch it on the replay because it's a one night only event. The return of Sam Fassler and Joe, and we're gonna be talking about. It's not necessarily gonna be like news topics. It's gonna be catching up on everything. Like, hey man, what did you think about this DC thing? Hey man, what do you think about this? Like, have you been reading this comic, bro? I haven't seen you in a long time. What's going on? So it's me reconnecting with an old friend, and so if you like that sort of stuff, want to see that camaraderie, it should be fun.
Sounds cool. I'll throw it on.
Good. Yeah, sounds good, man. It's good for background stuff when you're doing some edits or playing some games, playing some Marvel Rivals.
So I looked up. Sorry, I had to look up Elijah Wood's character in Yellow Jackets. Oh my god, his name is Walter. That's very important.
Oh, Walter, right? Walter.
Sorry.
No worries. So thank you guys all for watching so much. Episode 44, Legion of Creators. Hope to see you next week. Same time, same bat channel, right?
What about Batman?
What about Batman?
Same time, same place. Let's go.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Right,
you have
bye.
a great one. Take care of yourselves.
Perfect.
That's a Game Boy production.